What about my new team, baby? Mazatlan FC.
Really? Oh, no, yeah, they bought Morelia.
Yeah. That's my team now because that's where my family's from. I got to root for Mazatlan.
You're going to have soccer now when you travel to see your family. That's good.
Shit,
and
yeah.
it's good. They're putting a lot of money into it.
The problem is when they lose, everybody dies. The narcos just bomb the fucking place. So
it's like when they killed that guy from Colombia that is an autogol, and they killed.
Oh yeah, fucking ¿cómo se llamaba?
Don't remember the name.
That was at the World Cup.
Yeah, but it was. Horacio, this is Jose Horacio.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Saludos desde México.
Oh, saludos aquí de Los Ángeles.
No, but that guy's name was. He had a name. There was another player like the same name. That's why I'm trying to remember his name. Fuck, man. But he was like a white-looking Colombian. He wasn't like.
Yeah, he was. It was the World Cup, the '94 World Cup, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, because it was against the United States.
Yep. I remember that in Pasadena.
But you know what's fucked up is he stuck his leg out to stop the ball, but he redirected the ball and it went in because the goalie probably would have got it. But you know, as a defenseman, you don't fucking know if he doesn't dive for the ball. Then they'll say, like, what a fucking lazy ass. He didn't even dive for the ball. Then he dives for the ball and he redirects the ball and it goes in. I mean, he's fucked either way. So, I mean, goddamn. But you know what's fucked up? Did you see the story of how he died? Like, I guess he was having a shitty day. He had just gone back to Colombia. I guess he was walking back to his car from like a club or a bar. And some guy just talked shit to him and said, way to go, fucking, way to fucking lose the game for us. And then he was just like, man, what the fuck? And the guy turned out to be like a narco. And he didn't like he didn't like the fact that he turned around and replied to him. Like if he would have just kept walking, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't have died, but he turned around and disrespected the guy in front of his buddies and the guy shot him. So yeah, that was fucked up, man. Soccer's no joke. Raider fans think they're tough, dude. They need to go to a fucking soccer match like in England or Germany where you have those those skinheads.
I'm trying to think of another sport where people would kill a player.
Cricket, maybe. Cricket, they're fucking crazy for cricket.
Really?
Oh, those Indians and Bangladesh and se agarran a putazos, güey.
I'm trying to think. Maybe soccer may be the only one. Like
football, American football.
What players have gotten killed over?
Oh, you mean
getting into fights? But what about the?
Well, shit. Look at NASCAR. This guy Bubba Wallace. They fucking hung a noose.
Yeah, but nobody got killed though.
But dude, do you need somebody to get killed when somebody's doing racial shit like that, like hanging a noose?
I mean, I prefer to get punched in the face by Ron Artest than,
That's fun. Did that guy win any money?
No, because he broke on your ticket. It says, you'll not interfere with the game. You'll not, this and that. And this guy stepped up to Ron Artest and got cold cocked. So.
Did you ever see that, Horacio? The malice
at the Palace.
Look up the Malice at the Palace. Malice at the Palace. It was like 2000, early 2000s or late 90s?
2007.
No, it might have been before that.
No, I was working at the group home.
Was it 2007?
I remember walking into the group home, and I was telling him, I'm like, man, this Pistons game's good. He's like, no, this Pistons game's over. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because it was 2 PM when my shift started, and I see everybody throwing the beer and everything, and they zoomed out because they didn't want to zoom in on anything anymore.
Yeah, so this guy, Ron Artest, which later on changed his name to Meta World Peace, but he laid on a table. There was like a timeout. And he laid down on the table, the scorer's table, like where the announcers are and all that. He laid down and somebody threw a beer at him. And they threw a beer at him, like they threw the whole cup of beer on him. He got up and went into the fans and started swinging at guys. And then people just started throwing shit and they just broke out. People started fighting. They were socking each other. Players socked players. Players socked fans. But, oh, dude, it was crazy. Just look up Malice at the Palace on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I've never seen a big riot here in Mexico, though. I've seen fights, but not like a really big riot.
For like soccer?
Yeah, like people punch each other and they talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, you see that.
Really
And
not violent.
Yeah, you see that NFL games. NFL games, like if it's like Raiders and Broncos, or Raiders and 49ers, or Cowboys and 49ers,
Yeah,
or
Cowboys, 49ers.
Raiders and Cowboys. Oh, yeah.
So what would be the opposite of that? What would be like the most peaceful game? Would it be tennis or horse racing?
Hold on. The worst game I ever been to was at the Coliseum, America versus Chivas. Oh my God, dude.
You would think it'd be a good game.
No, there was so many. This Cuauhtemoc Blanco was on America at the time. This one, like Chivas had like El Venado, what's his name?
I don't remember the name.
Medina, El Venado Medina, no, El Maza Rodríguez, El Venado Medina, Ramón Morales. They had all those guys. No, Morales, Ramoncito Morales.
Ramoncito. Estoy confundiéndome de época. Es que Ramón Ramírez también jugó en las Chivas.
Yeah. And they had Osvaldo Sanchez and all that. But in the stands, there was about 93,000 people sold out, because the Coliseum used to hold 100,000. But then USC took seats out to make it roomier. And now they took more seats out to make it roomier. They remodeled it. It's pretty nice. But, dude, there was so many fights. Like, I've seen fights at games, like at football games, but at this soccer match, there were so many fights, security couldn't stop them. Because when there was a fight over here, there was a fight over there, there was a fight up there, there was a fight down there, there was a fight everywhere. The fights would go until they got tired of fighting, bro. I'm not exaggerating.
Just imagine that. It's just a bunch of fans that have never seen the teams play live. And it's the most old hatred between Mexican teams. So it's just exploding in there.
Is that the biggest rivalry? Is that bigger rivalry than Tigres Monterrey?
Yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger and older. You know, it's like been there forever.
Oh, okay. Toluca, who's their rival? Because you're a Toluca fan. I know you're a Toluca.
Everyone. There's just not like a special team to be called as this is Toluca's rival. Because in the country, no one gives a fuck about Toluca, really. Even though it's one of the biggest winners of championships.
Yeah, in the 2000s.
It's not that big. It's not that. They have 10 championships.
But in the 2000s, they won more championship than anybody, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I remember, dude.
But still, they don't have that many fans.
It's because Toluca's it's the capital of the state of Mexico, but it's small. It's a small.
Maybe the jerseys suck.
No, the jerseys are nice. And the stadium's pretty cool.
They used to suck.
Yeah.
Through all my teenage years, they sucked. The team and the jerseys. But then in the 2000, they were the greatest team in the country, the whole decade. But still, they didn't get any more following outside Toluca.
I remember they had that old guy, their coach, El Técnico. He had like white hair. He was dark, but he had white hair. Wasn't he the coach cuando jugaba Cardoso? Wasn't he the coach?
Cardoso was a prior guy that was called Ojitos Mesa. That's the one you should be thinking about Tuca Ferretti, not that great.
Not Tuca. Oh, maybe it was a different team then. Ojitos Mesa, yeah. But yeah, Cardoso's Paraguay, right?
Sí.
Yeah, he's good. Fucking that motherfucker, dude. Every time I saw that guy play, he scored a goal every goddamn game, dude.
At least
he
broke every record in his prime.
He broke. So does he still have the Mexican records?
No, he lost it. I don't know to whom, but he stopped playing like, I don't know, 15 years ago.
Yeah. That dude was a bad motherfucker, bro. I bought a Toluca jersey because of that guy. That was a cool jersey. It was a cool jersey. It was like 2004. It was a 2004 jersey. It was a pretty cool jersey. And I like the fact that they were the Red Devils, los Diablos Rojos. I like that.
Oh, were they the black and red ones?
No, well, there's a baseball team in Mexico City called Los Diablos Rojos.
Those are black and white, but Toluca is white and red.
Yeah. White and red. Okay, then.
And I saw they remodeled the stadium. They made it look like a box, but it looks pretty cool, man.
It is. That's why they called it Bombonera, because it looks like a
candy box. Yeah, a candy. They have that. So their fucking fan base, because every fan base has like a nickname. Theirs is La Perra Brava. Like
La Barra Perra Brava.
La Perra Brava.
The leader of it is this cab driver and they called him La Perra, the bitch.
Uh-huh.
A bitch.
And he was like the leader of the I don't know how to say it, like
the fans or
the really, really hardcore fans.
okay.
They were in the area where the tickets are the cheapest.
Yeah.
And he was like the super leader of all of them. And he also became a hero because before more regulation came, they used to throw
Bags of piss.
Firecrackers
Oh, okay.
inside
That
of the stadium.
Damn.
And some guys started throwing them to the public. And then this one flying through a kid, and La Perra jumped and stopped it with his hand, and he lost the hand.
No way.
That's fucked up.
That's
He became
badass.
did they give him like free lifetime tickets or something?
Gave him a jersey.
I don't think he has ever paid for a ticket for years. Before that, even.
Dude, there's people who say I'd give a hand for fucking tickets. That guy literally did that shit. He gave his hand.
I want to see a video of that.
I wonder if there is a video on that on
You can find
YouTube.
it.
That motherfucker. Nobody. You think somebody would do that in an NFL game or an NBA game? I'll save everybody. Fuck, those people are bougie.
Or a baseball game, like when they
Those people are bougie, bro. In America, fans are bougie. Like, especially in Los Angeles, people don't even watch the fucking game. They go there and they talk and they don't shut the fuck up. And they're there to be seen. And then they're there to be seen and take a picture and upload and say, look where I'm at. And fucking kind of like a bragging thing. It's so lame, dude. Like that's why I don't I got LAFC. I got season tickets for LAFC. But that's why I didn't get them in that fan section, because in that section, they expect you to stand the whole game and dance and fucking, and, do the chants. And I like to watch the game. I love watching the game. You know what I'm saying? Especially fucking Carlos Vela, dude. That motherfucker, he's a monster, bro. That motherfucker's a monster. He's so good, dude.
He's so good, and he doesn't want to play soccer. He wants to play basketball.
Yeah, that's his first love was basketball.
He
That's
didn't want to go to the national team. He didn't want to play for other teams. He was like super picky because he didn't even like soccer that much.
Yeah, yeah. He said it. He said he said that he plays soccer because he's good at it, but his first love was basketball. So he goes to Lakers games. He loves going to Lakers games and watching the Lakers play.
Damn.
I'm gonna have people if he gets noticed. I'm sure there's a few people.
Oh yeah.
He's become a pretty big star in LA, dude. Like his pictures on all the billboards. Carlos Vela. I mean, when Zlatan
even at the game we went to.
Yeah, but when Zlatan was on the Galaxy, fuck, they had Zlatan everywhere. God damn, that guy's fucking big, bro. Damn, dude.
Bigger than Chicharito in LA?
No, I'm saying big, like he's a big man. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Está bien alto el cabrón, dude. Like, dude, when on the pitch, on the field, he's the biggest guy by far. He's huge. But so digo, like he was talking shit about Carlos Vela. I go, dude, you're fucking 6'5". Vela's like 5'7". He was saying I'm better than Carlos Vela. Look at, what is he, 30? Where was I when I was 30? I was in Europe. He's in the MLS at 30. So fucking what? You're 6'5", dude. You're a fucking monster. You're huge. It's like unfair. It's unfair to be that big and that good. Zlatan's probably one of the best players of all time. But
it's not common to be that big a dude and be that good at soccer.
And be a forward. They're usually like defense, not forwards.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo's a tall guy too, right? He's like 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". He's tall.
I don't know how big he is. I mean, he's like a big, strong guy, but I don't know if he's like Zlatan big. I don't think so.
Dude, no. He's not like Zlatan, but he's tall. He's tall. He's like 184, dude. 185, dude. Something like that. 186 meters.
I think in the metric system, so I get confused.
Like I'm 172. Hey!
Mauricio Ahued is in the house.
Hey, hold on. I gotta block this shit. People just fucking logging in.
People are just logging in. Yeah.
This cholo just fucking logged in. What the fuck, man? Who the fuck? Where you from,
Don't make me go get my fucking "Make America Great Again" fucking hat.
Mauricio,
joking?
Mauricio, you know Horacio? You know Jose?
No, Horacio.
Horacio's from Toluca, but he lives in Mexico City.
Órale, yo soy de Pachuca Hidalgo.
¿De qué me estás hablando?
Yeah, Mauricio's from Hidalgo, but it's been like 50 years since he's been over there.
Fuck up, I'm only 30. How can I be here for 50 years if I'm only 30?
I'm fucking with you. No, we were talking about
What's the conversation?
we were just talking about soccer and how like well, I started with the violence in soccer and like football fans, they think they're tough and this and that, and I go they need to go to a soccer game so you can see se agarran a chingazos, dude, in the stands, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, the fans, but the players are the biggest fucking sissies ever. You barely touch them y ya se cayeron, güey. No dramático.
Oh, in soccer?
That's
Tremendos, güey. Les soplas, güey. Ya, espérate, güey. I'm down.
But are they coached to do that, or is that just something they learn?
They learn it, and they're coached to do it in certain moments to make time, to gain time, to
penalties,
get the other team
penalties, tiros libres.
Fuck, dude.
But isn't it a thing? Isn't it a thing, Horacio, that you've heard? I mean, me growing up in Mexico and you as well. I mean, you guys too heard that soccer players are like super over dramatic, over the top.
I think that goes for every sport though, like baseball, basketball. So? Yeah, because I mean, they're already getting paid so much. You want to pay to
look at the World Cup.
El brasileño que lo tocas con un dedo y se revuelve.
No, el holandés, güey. El holandés.
El holandés, ¿te acuerdas de ese güey en Francia?
What was his name again? He played in Germany, I think. I can't remember his name.
Más dramático, decían que venía egresado de la escuela de TV Azteca, un pedo así, güey, por dramático y mal actor, güey.
el SEA de Televisa.
Yeah,
no, una de las dos mamadas de esas, güey, de Televisa o de TV Azteca.
He's a big name, a Dutch player. He's a big name. I remember seeing him play for like Bayern Munich or something like that. I can't remember his name. Fuck.
I don't remember his name either, but I know who you're talking about. I don't
Mexico
remember his name.
Mexico always has like kind of like bad luck against the Dutch, man.
Or the German.
Mexico, we're just dramatic people. We're just emotional, dramatic people.
I remember when they played Netherlands, like in another World Cup, and I remember Netherlands had a player named Philippe Cocu, and I think they tied though. No, I think they tied though 1-1 in that tournament.
They tied because Blanco took a dive.
Who?
Cuauhtémoc Blanco. He wasn't kicked, but he dived, and they
gave him a penalty.
Thank you.
It wasn't a penalty. It was a tiro libre. I don't know how to say that in English.
A free kick.
It was a free throw.
Kick.
It was a free throw.
It was a free
throw, free kick. Exactly.
What's up, man? What you doing, Mauricio? Who you talking to, man?
No, I was my friend just left right now that he was here. I just told him goodbye. Sorry.
He said you're going on a podcast. Let me get the fuck out of here. Hey, your connection sucks, man. You're either 4K. You're either in 4K or it's freezing up. What the fuck, dude? Like
you serious?
Well, to start off, he's in portrait mode, man. You got to get off portrait mode. You got to go landscape.
Yeah, you got to go landscape. Turn your phone sideways or the iPad. There you go.
Ooh, sideways. Me encanta sideways. I love sideways. De ladito, papi, de ladito. Qué chingón, güey.
Mauricio es de la raza de Talavera.
Quesito.
Mauricio es de la raza de Talavera.
Son libaneses.
Yeah.
Ándale. Sí.
Gallito, ¿cómo estás?
Gallitos, los pinches marras, los jusharmutas, Habibi. Pues mucho gusto, Horacio. No te había conocido en persona, no te conozco en persona, but it's a pleasure to actually do this with you guys. Thank you for inviting me. I'm aware of your trajectory.
So they just had an earthquake.
I'm aware of your trajectory.
Was it yesterday? Was the earthquake?
Yeah.
No, ¿qué con eso?
Hey, Horacio, are you the one that used to live in that apartment that was slanted?
No.
Who used to live in that one? Who lived in the one that was kind of like at an angle?
Jose Covarrubias, I think.
Oh, was it him? Yeah, an apartment that was kind of like at an angle. We were because I was talking about that last time. I can't remember because you lived in Narvarte when that shit hit, right? The earthquake, the last one, the big one.
The big one? No, I live where I live now, San Miguel Chapultepec, and so nothing happened here.
Oh,
But
okay.
the rest of the city.
Talking
just,
about the very last one that they had, like
No,
when Peña Nieto was in charge.
Yeah. So,
Like 2017 or
okay.
something, right?
yeah.
so
Okay,
were
2017.
so the building
Something
you
like that.
used to live in, because you used to live over there in Narvarte, a lot of shit fell in Narvarte. I remember. Was it?
A lot of shit
Did it
fell
fall?
there, but not that building. It just like moved like crazy. A friend of mine still lived there, and he was shitting his pants. He's from Tamaulipas. Nicho, do you know him?
No.
Nicho
Oh yeah,
Pérez.
Nicho. Yeah, Nicho. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
He was shitting his pants. He has never
Wow.
experienced an earthquake before, and that thing just went like this. The windows cracked.
The feminine in him came out. I bet.
Todo
Yeah.
se mueve. Todo
Dude,
se mueve. No
Like
lo puedo-
I've told this story before, but
no lo detener.
I can at least say I experienced an earthquake in Mexico City, so I know what they feel like, and they feel really fucked up, man. Like it shakes.
Different than
really,
here.
they
Different than
shake,
here?
dude. I've never felt an earthquake. I only felt a 6.3 in Mexico City. I was at
What
Macario's
about here in
apartment.
LA?
Oh yeah, I felt all of them. I felt.
The Northridge or whatever.
No, the Northridge one.
The
Coincidentally,
Northridge had?
I didn't feel the Northridge one. I was in Mazatlan at the time when it shook, so I never
Órale.
felt that one. But I felt the Whittier one. The Whittier one was fucking hard. I remember that one, like in '87, and I felt all the rest of them. But dude, the one in Mexico City, I never felt it shake so hard. Like it just like shook you, and I was like, holy shit. And what's scary is that you realize everything's made out of concrete, and then you go in the street and there's a bunch of fucking electrical wires everywhere. You're screwed anyway.
You see the streets doing this, right? You see the streets doing this.
Oh, I saw the buildings doing a sandwich.
Too.
There was a building in the middle,
Yeah.
two buildings inside, and sandwiching, and you can hear the walls go.
Yeah.
You can hear them cracking.
But I think
Oh, que
I
la
think-
canción.
Cisco is all this in a replica, and it's ¿qué pasó? ¿No me escuchan?
It freezes up.
¿Me escuchan ya? ¿Estoy bien?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Digo que what I think it is right now is la falla de San Andrés. Pero es como que ha de ser como que más como la falla de San Andrés Manuel López Obrador, ¿no crees? Que la está cagando para todo. ¿No estarás de pedo ese güey?
That's our new president. Yeah.
Es una falla terrible, dicen por ahí.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan, Horacio? Are you a fan?
Or not, I just fucking hate these gods. I've hated him since I knew him. We've been seeing him for 20 years, man. He's been campaigning for president for 18 years. I shit you not.
So who has more losses, him or Cuauhtémoc Cárdenas? Who has more losses?
Madre.
Who has more losses?
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
Cuauhtémoc Cárdenas, how many times did he lose?
2.
Oh, I thought he lost more than that.
Andrés Manuel
Well,
lost
just like
3 times.
Manuel.
He ran for a 4th one and he just won.
3 times.
Fourth.
So it's two times up runner, one time president that he didn't take over because he said frustrated presidency, and now the 1-time term. So 4 times,
Who? Cuauhtémoc?
right?
He ran 4 times.
No,
López
Andrés
Obrador.
Manuel.
Oh.
Sí.
This is 4th time. So 4th time was a charm for this guy.
Yeah.
See, so some people give up at the
Wow.
3rd time. No, dude, this guy's shit. Fuck it, 4th times, motherfucker.
But,
So-
But he campaigned for 20 years like
he
Omar.
knows how to do is to run campaigns. Long campaigns.
That's everything. That's it.
He still speaks as he's in campaign. He's not acting as a president. He's just bitching.
How many years
being against him and
has he been campaigning
Oh.
for 20?
Well, dude, look, Donald Trump here in the United States is threatening to fucking he's threatening martial law, man. He's saying that if the states don't take the National Guard, he's gonna send military. And holy shit, man.
but a lot of military people said he can't do it.
You're more informed than I am. Goddamn. Is that true, Jose? Did you hear anything like that?
From what I heard, he wants to. That's what he wants. That's what he wants to do. But again, the governors have the say so. And then depending on how they align themselves politically,
He would have to
then
move
that's how
into
Well, what I heard was
to move into a executive action.
yeah. So what I heard was the governors are the only ones that can send the National Guard, but that he can send military. But I think he'd have to get Congress.
I'm sick of that.
You'd have to get Congress approval, correct?
It's the fuck fest, man. Come on. I'm thinking that Fauci and Gattel, they fucking graduated from the same goddamn university. They're both useless pieces of shit. They both tell you one thing, the next day they tell you another, next week they tell you another, and then they disappear, and then they tell you another, and then they tell you another. And
Damn,
another
that's what I do in my relationships.
Nah.
Hey, the World Health.
Eres todo un Fauci, güey.
That's the new term.
Fauci.
That's a new term. Don't be a Fauci. Stop.
I'm Fauciing this.
Yeah.
I'm Fauciing this.
Yeah.
Stop Fauciing me, man. Stop Fauciing.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm gonna Fauci you, girl.
It's the same thing with Gatell. Pregúntale a
Horacio.
Perdón.
He's
Horacio.
the Secretary of Health.
Sí,
And
güey.
he has press conference daily.
Every day.
Every fucking day. And he just contradicts himself from when he said last week. And the president will say another thing totally opposite to what he said. It's just
Totally different.
You can't keep up with the ton of shit that they're talking.
No. Claudia Sheinbaum says one thing, Gatell says another, and then the Messias Macuspano at the morning mass at church in the morning, he says another.
Dude, Mauricio's cousin was the head of aduanas in Mexico. He resigned because of corruption.
Oh, damn.
Also, he knows Horacio. You know my other cousin too, Armando Ahued, el doctor Armando Ahued. He was on their with Jesus Christ. Se me fue su nombre.
Calderón.
No, con con Peña Nieto. Estuvo con ellos, con Peña Nieto también.
What was he?
Ajá. Chingado. Estuvo con
But who's your cousin? Who's your cousin? The one that resigned from what's it?
Oh, that's Ricardo Ahued Bardagüil. That he was the head of aduanas, the customs, ajá. Pero el otro que te digo es el doctor Armando Ahued, el que estaba, Gatell era su gato de él. Gatell era gato de él.
No shit.
Cuando la pandemia del H1N1.
Oh, damn.
Okay. My cousin is the one that shut down Mexico, el doctor Armando Ahued.
Oh
He
shit.
didn't shut it up right that correctly because I went to Chicago when that happened. I just flew. The entrance.
The entrance. You could leave, but you could not come in. Like right now here in the U.S., you cannot come in. In the U.S., you cannot come in.
We can go to Mexico, but we can go to Mexico, but
visiting or anything, you can come in.
Yeah, we can go to Mexico. You can't come in right now.
They won't let you exactly.
Dude, my little buddy.
Now there's a caravan coming up.
A friend of mine was in a hospital, and his dad. They weren't, and he was really ill, and they wouldn't let his dad in. And finally, I guess they felt sorry for him. They let him in, but they gave him shit, man. They didn't want to let him in, and his son was like dying in the hospital. I mean, that's the only reason they let him in. Like finally.
And I really don't know what's going on anymore, man.
And he came to his mother's funeral. My aunt died recently, and he came and went back with no trouble at all.
Oh no, you can go. We can go to Mexico. It's the U.S. Customs. U.S. Customs.
They're not allowing you to come in.
He came to Mexico, and then he went back to San Francisco with no problem whatsoever.
Is he a U.S. citizen or a resident?
He's a resident.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, there's no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, residents and U.S. citizens, no problem. But anybody else, you can't.
That's fucking crazy. Shit, that means we can't go.
Because it's funny right now. I'm just like, I'm baffled by everything that is happening right now. The governors that told you on the states that you can go out and protest, and you saw them on video, on the news, hand in hands with the protesters and Black Lives Matter and everything, and let them go out and destroy everything they can because that's their rights. Let them take down.
It rose again.
All the statues in the back. They're all on trial.
You're freezing up, bro. You're freezing up. Se está congelando.
Hello.
I hear you now. It's just in moments.
Hello.
Smoke more weed.
You gotta go across the street. You gotta go sit across the street. You gotta go sit across.
I got 5G. I got 5G supposedly, man. The Spectrum.
Just go to
Supposedly
Starbucks.
the
Hey,
best.
5G is not. Hey, 5G.
Christ.
The only thing 5G is faster for is giving you cancer. That's a fucking.
Motherfuckers, I know.
it's-
No wonder
it's-
my balls don't work anymore.
It speeds up the process.
Jesus Christ, that's the only thing that speeds up my fucking
But
cancer.
no, but you were
balls.
you were
Yeah, my
saying you were
total
saying about
cancer.
going out and protest.
Yes, the governors that went out and said it's okay to protest are exactly ones, which happen to be Democrats. They're telling you, guess what? Now we have a toque de queda here in California because Gavin Newsom says that, and you have to wear masks and you cannot go out at any given time now because you're going to have a curfew. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just saw you in the middle of a fucking sea of people and you were okay with it. Now I cannot even go to work completely yet. I cannot go to eat. I cannot go bury my family if they die.
I know they're contradicting themselves, but I think they have a point. Those protests are like super important for the states right now, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because elections are coming up, of course. That's
But
the only reason.
it's also like super important to keep locked
But
in.
look, man.
To support
It's
them,
also super important to have a good photo opportunity.
Absolutely.
Selfie. A good selfie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whether you're at the
Como el
Toluca game or
presidente.
whether you're protesting or wherever you're at, you need a good photo opportunity, man. You got to know I
Horacio,
was
let-
there.
Can I ask you something directly, Horacio?
Sí, sí.
What is your feeling as a Mexican resident after this tragedy happened? There was el sismo, hashtag el sismo, the earthquake in Mexico. After you saw your leader in charge with his phone and just grabbing it like this, like, sí, no se cae nada todavía.
What happened?
Vamos al 911, ya.
Our president was
911.
talking to an authority from Oaxaca.
Hey. Keep it down. What happened?
Check this out. He was talking on his phone while being recorded, and they were transmitting this shit. Okay, in the news.
He was
He
acting
kept-
like nobody,
He was talking
like
to
nobody
something-
was
to
video
someone in
recording.
Oaxaca, and he was taking notes, like a kid who didn't have his homework, just taking notes from somebody else in Oaxaca.
What
And
the-
just
He wrote down 911, Horacio. He wrote down and repeated 4 times 911. El 911.
They don't have 911.
Sí,
They have
el
911 in
911.
Mexico. They have
Oh,
911.
yes, they do. Fuck yeah.
No, it's a
Fuck yeah.
different number though, right?
No, it changed a while ago.
It's 911 now?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It used to be something else. I can't remember what it was.
Bro, they got fucking McDonald's. Of course they're gonna have
They've always had-
911.
they've
They wanna-
always had
they wanna
McDonald's.
do everything.
Oh,
They've
No,
always
I
had
know
it.
fucking with you, man.
We've had emergency phone always. It just changed to 911 because everyone remembers it. Because everyone is watching TV and they always think 911.
North American 911
It used to
emergency.
be 040.
The only number I know is
040.
JG Wentworth.
JG.
And back in my
what-
day, Horacio, it was 658-1111. It was el número de Locatel. Llame usted ahora y reporte lo que quiera. El número 658-1111. Nunca
that
se
when-
me olvidó ese pendejo.
Is that when you were promoting el Tutti Frutti?
No, pendejo.
That's what you said last time. You said you used to work at el Tutti Frutti or some shit.
No, güey. I used to go to el Tutti Frutti, güey.
Oh, okay.
Sí, a la Tutti Frutti, güey. El Bulldog, güey. La pinche. El News. Puta madre.
Man,
Sí,
I was
güey.
a kid when that thing was working.
El Medusas, güey. O sea, todas esas me tocaron.
What is that all like Zona
¿Cuántos
Rosa
años
and
tienes?
shit?
No, pues sí, güey, creo otros en Rodeo, luego uno estaba en Satélite también.
Medusas.
Ajá, Medusa, por varias partes, sí, güey.
Peña Nieto used to hang
Desde
out there.
Pachuca, güey. Sí, güey. Pero
AMLO,
digo, Horacio,
AMLO used to hang out there.
¿te sientes seguro con la actitud de tu líder,
Por
Horacio?
supuesto que no. He's an embarrassment to everyone in the world, not just to Mexicans. He's a disgrace.
I just don't understand how can somebody support it. I
What's
mean,
going
like,
on?
really.
If you think that Trump says stupid shit when he speaks publicly, you have nothing to do against.
Oh, no, that's what I tell people.
He's-
That's what I
he's
tell
retarded.
people.
Holy shit.
That's what I tell people. At least Trump
This is
trolling
funny.
people. He is doing insane things because he's trolling people. This guy is literally, he's senile. Está chocho. It's like, how can a president be so shaken and intimidated by a comedian, which is Chumel Torres? Pero el hijo del Chapo.
Chumel Torres lost everything because of his older tweets. Like most.
No, I know. I saw them. But you know what? What do you guys think on that? Touching subjects on that. I mean, comedy used to be that we could make a joke about everything. La pinche explosión de San Juanico happened, the temblor in 85. It's like, why are they pissed at each other? Porque unos no los invitaron al reventón y el otros no los invitaron a la movida. It was jokes about tragedy always. I don't remember people having a stick up their ass.
Natalito got fired like 5 years ago here in Mexico because of a joke of a tragedy in a kindergarten.
But the kids,
Oh, yeah, I remember you guys talking about that.
Kentucky Fried Children.
Yeah. Which I think is funny.
Ooh,
it is.
It's hilarious.
But they fired him.
Funny.
That's when he moved to LA and started working for Estrella TV.
Yeah, now he's back in Mexico. Because el Escorpión Dorado took his spot.
Wow.
That guy's got the show on Estrella TV now.
He moved here?
Yeah, he has the show on Estrella TV. He took over. That guy's not a good host, man.
Can I say something? Let me say something here. We are all Latinos, Mexicanos, güey. I'm serious. Here in the U.S., especially here in Los Angeles, in California, us Mexicanos that we try to be or that we are somehow in the entertainment industry, we're so badly represented by people that are up there, which is Don Cheto, el escorpión de ese pendejo, la chupilla. O sea, gente que ponen tan nefasta. Dices, también como el pinche, mira, mis respetos para toda la gente, los que hablan, los de la radio y todo, pero ¿por qué tienen que hablar así, primo? Que verga, echar para adelante, todo. No somos así todos los de México. No somos
Claro que
así.
no, pero aquí hay otra cosa. Pregunta primero, Cisco, ¿en inglés o en español?
It is in English, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mauricio, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
And his own Wi-Fi connection.
There's a problem here with the
Hey,
Mexican
it's funny. Mauricio's connection sucks, but he talks the most.
You remember, like 8 years ago, I went to LA and stayed with Cisco, and we went to comedy shows. We did shows in Spanish. We did shows in English. I totally sucked in English. I did a comedy at the Comedy Store, and I fucking sucked. I bumped badly.
No, you froze, bro. You
I know.
froze. It's not that you sucked. You froze. You didn't
know.
believe in yourself. You didn't believe in yourself, and you just froze.
It was something else. I was out on the stairs.
You're doing the Comedy Store, and then you're doing it in a foreign language that is not. It's even though you dominate it very well, it's new to you. Of course, you're like, what?
I know,
the fuck?
Dude, Macario, I got Macario a spot at the Comedy Store, and he went up there and he did it in Spanish and killed.
I know.
I told you.
They created the Mexican Minute after that.
Yeah, they created something called the Mexican Minute because of Macario.
Really?
Yeah. It was the open mic. I think it was the open mic show up in the belly room. And and the guy running it, I knew him. So I said, hey, dude, hook my boy up, man. He's from Mexico City. It was like a contest. And they would have to compete for stage time. So Macario won, and he got the 3 minutes. You only get 3 minutes on those open mics. And he got it.
You do.
And then he went up there and he says something along the lines of, sé que estoy en Estados Unidos, pero me vale verga, lo voy a hacer en español. And that was, the people started laughing. And he just did his fucking material in Spanish. The people didn't know what the fuck he was saying, but they were laughing. And they said, just because my buddy Mike Marino, who's a writer, and I think he was a writer on, I forgot, on Whitney or one of those shows. I think he was a writer on, I forgot what shows. And he's like, oh, just dude, that was fucking great. From now on, we're gonna have the Mexican Minute. And so they gave Horacio the minute. He goes up there and he's trying to. I know what he's doing. He's trying to translate his jokes while he's standing up there. He's thinking in Spanish the way I think in English. Before I translate to Spanish, he was up there thinking in Spanish, trying to translate to English, and the timing was shit. It wasn't because the jokes were shit; his timing was off. So it just threw him up, and then he froze.
I
That
went
title,
out
that
to
title.
the third of the room and there was people smoking, so I went out for a cigarette. But some of the comedians were smoking weed, and they gave them, and I said, "Oh, fuck it, why not?" California weed is not for everyone. Look, that shit is strong.
No
I
shit.
smoked in Amsterdam, man.
Yeah.
No, yeah, a lot of people say that Amsterdam weed is not as good as California or LA weed.
Oh no, we have
Dude,
we have
that
the number
shit's
one
crazy.
spot
It's
in the
too
world.
strong. I didn't know how to say my name. I was up.
Dude, you gotta try Moon Rock. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah.
You tried the Moon? You tried Moon Rock?
Yeah.
This motherfucker, Mauricio, he's the one that was
My
passing
nephew,
that shit
my
around,
nephew.
and I didn't realize because he used to work with what's his name, right?
No, my nephew's the creator of Moon Rocks.
No
okay.
way, really?
Yeah. So he,
Dr. Zodiac, Danny.
There's people doing it in Mexico.
Yeah,
What?
just
Yeah, I'm sure
rolling
they are.
the
I'm sure
rolling
they-
the weed in
yeah.
the keef, and yeah.
dude,
and
had
the oil first, you dip it on oil, and then you. Es mota empanizada, güey, la neta.
Holy
Damn,
shit.
that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
Mota empanizada, güey.
yeah.
Mota
I didn't think
empanizada.
about it. Oh, damn. Make a
Mota
T-shirt.
empanizada.
Mota empanizada.
Moon Rocks, mota empanizada, güey.
That should be
Trademark,
your brand.
bitches.
The thing is that I've seen Mexican comedians working there in the week I stayed with Cisco, and there's this, and I also went and did some minutes in Estrella TV in Spanish,
Yeah.
and the audience was Mexican, and I did my set in Spanish, and they were just like, "What the fuck is he doing?" They were like frozen.
Yeah,
And
They
then
were, you know why? They were
You didn't
taking
come out-
jokes.
Because you didn't come out as a borrachito, bro. That's why.
right. That's what I was going to say. The guy that came after me, he was just doing
The
jokes
stereotype.
about chancla de tu mamá.
Pepito.
My mother threw the chancla, and he was acting like a borrachito.
You
And
know what I call those, Horacio? You know what I call those? I call those Facebook jokes.
Yeah.
They just
Well,
pander.
You can,
problem-
they're standard. It's like
the problem is that there's a really big generation of people who won't laugh at new sets.
at stand-up.
Yeah, they
Well,
like old jokes.
Because they want, quieren chistólogos,
Well, look, man,
quieren a
it's not-
Jorge Falcón. They
Yeah,
want
it's-
chistes.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's not to be like, not to sound like elitist or whatever, but it has to do with education, man.
Yeah, you got to make them
Absolutely.
think.
I was just about to say that.
It has a lot
That's
to do with
the problem.
and it's not
That's telenovelas.
it's like, look, man, my mom's one of those. And look, and the old jokes like Jorge Falcón, Teo Gonzalez, they make me laugh. I laugh my ass off. But
Teo
it's not,
Gonzalez is funny as fuck.
yeah, but it's not what I do. It's not what I do.
For years.
Huh?
He's been repeating himself for years, just as most of the famous Mexican comedians do.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Polo, dude, for years. That dude was a monster, man.
Polo Polo is the gangster of the chistología, güey.
He's like the Mexican
Y
Richard
el pelón,
Pryor, dude.
Y el pelón.
Yeah, but Polo Polo is different because he used to do a no joke like all these guys used to do, but he fucking stretched it and he filled it with his own shit. So he will take a joke that was like a one-liner and he will turn it into a 30-minute set.
Fucking dude.
He was creating.
The joke
it was based on an old joke.
my favorite joke of Polo is his trip to España. Claro,
Sí.
cabrón. A huevos.
¿Y cómo llegan los hijos de la chingada? ¿Y cómo llegan los hijos de la chingada? No, toditos llegan por
Señores pasajeros.
Yeah.
No mames, son 52, no va a caber esta mamada, no seas mamón.
Jose, you gotta hear that. Dude, that bit, look up Polo.
You gotta hear
And you want to know
that.
something?
gotta hear the
I've
bits.
heard my
They're
parents.
amazing.
I've heard my parents talk about him, but I haven't heard anything from him.
Oh,
But
dude,
Your
yeah.
parents are from
Dude, he's
that-
got
your
like-
parents
he's got-
are from that.
he's got like dementia now. Well, I don't even think he's performing anymore, but I saw him like at the last.
He got Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
He got
Alzheimer's.
I think.
So he was reading
Yeah.
his jokes off a teleprompter.
Yeah. Poor guy. But
when I saw
you
him.
know what? He had fun, dude. He had fun while he was doing
Fuck
it.
yeah.
I
bro.
never knew anybody that could fuck more horse, drink more alcohol, and snort more blow than him.
Dude, I
He
think
did
his
great.
wife is like 30 years younger than him or some shit.
I'm sure he always he's like bro, so fucking nasty like that. Like fucking like Ron Jeremy kind of thing. Nasty.
So, bro,
You
hey,
know?
so that's
Poor Ron Jeremy.
Horacio. What are people saying? Do you talk to any comedians?
Well, I talk regularly to a bunch of them, but what are they saying about what?
No, about this Chris
Yeah.
D'Elia stuff, man. All this
About
stuff coming
Chris
up.
Oh, we talked a lot about it because Fran started sending us the tweets about all the girls that were accusing him. And, well, there's like every scene.
You saw the
where
you saw
like,
the text and stuff.
everyone just agrees that he's an asshole and they don't doubt that he did it, you know?
Dude, Whitney came out.
3 times.
Whitney came when Whitney was a good
Cummings?
friend of his. Whitney came out and fucked Whitney Cummings, yes. And she
I
made a
opened up
statement
for
about
both of them, bro. I opened up for both of them at the store several times. And honestly, D'Elia, that's when I had my hair long. He didn't like me because of my fucking hair. I know that for a fucking fact. He always had a bad attitude towards me. I don't care for the guy. I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know. But now I heard with
Jeff Ross.
Jesus Christ! No. Yeah, with the guy that does the Tinfoil podcast. What's his name?
The which one?
There's the Tinfoil podcast.
I've
The
never heard
Tinfoil
it.
Hat podcast.
I never heard of that
yeah,
podcast.
The guy that
No, Joe Rogan.
The one that
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan with Eddie Bravo and the other guy. Jesus Christ, got an Italian name. What's his fucking name? He's really good friends with Chris D'Elia. Anyway,
Brendan Schaub?
Sam Tripoli.
What about him?
Sam Tripoli is the one with in that podcasting. He's really good friends with Joe Rogan, with Eddie Bravo, with Chris D'Elia, Schaub, and Colin. That's okay. He came out about 3 days ago doing a fucking podcast about him and totally defending him. You know,
Sam Tripoli did?
Why is it the Chris D'Elia? Yes, he's saying he's not defending him. He said, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I've always exposed Hollywood pedophilia and I've always been against it. And he's always called it out, actually. He said, if he's guilty, he's going to pay for what he's done. But I want to know why they're not treating Jeff Ross the same way, where there's proof of Jeff Ross doing this and da-da-da-da. And they even threw Russell Peters' name in the fucking combo at some point with another video that I saw. I'm like, not in the same podcast, okay? Another video.
Damn.
I'm like, what the fuck, even Russell Peters? Get the fuck out of here,
well,
people. Like, yeah, da-da-da-da. I'm like,
because I know that the accusation is really harsh, but it's just one girl, right?
No.
With
For
who?
D'Elia? For D'Elia?
Jeff Ross.
Oh, Jeff Ross. Yeah.
With Ross.
Because he came out and put something on Twitter. He said, I've already dealt with this issue. That girl has mental issues. He posted a tweet about that. She has mental issues. This was a long time ago, and that's already been dealt with.
now.
He said that's like a lawyer, like a Jewish lawyer. He said it. Well, you're a lawyer.
So here's the thing, right? Like people are going to believe the lie because it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And in public opinion, they're going to believe, they're going to believe what's on the internet. Until you get to an actual court date, you're not going to know the truth.
I do believe in due process, but processes are way too fucking long. And
I got ADD, so I don't got time for it.
If you get
No, I don't either. I was gonna say
you can
really
be canceled from everywhere before any process is ended. So
Because
that's
It's cheaper to replace.
But yeah, I know. But still, if you have as much accusations as Chris D'Elia has, you're fucked, man.
Yeah, his CAA fired him. His agency fired him. So
They did?
Once CAA fires you, bro, woo, because they're the ones that first ones to come out and protect you and defend you and get you lawyers and help you out with that. But once your agency fires you, yes, tuvo, man.
Didn't they pull out some of his shows already from NBC and Netflix as well, where he appears on Workaholics as well?
That I don't know.
I read that a couple.
Well, that's you look like
days ago
Danny
already.
Masterson, dude.
Oh, damn.
I have no accusations. No accusations.
Hey, how long before the accusations begin in Mexico? How long?
They started.
They started?
They just haven't been that noisy.
Yeah, because over there they kidnap him.
They suspended HBO. They suspended his program on HBO.
Oops. Oh, is that him? He
Yeah,
got accused?
but that's because the Obrador's wife called in
for
and said,
racism. For racism. the thing
But
blew
it
up.
wasn't that because he called Chocoflan the son?
One
Isn't
of the
that
sons of the
because of that?
president is Moreno. He's dark, but he has like Diablito, like this blunt thing.
Highlights.
Right. And they started calling him Chocoflan.
You guys know what a Chocoflan is?
Brownie.
Yes.
Okay. It's
So
un flan with a pastel
they
de
started calling him
chocolate in the
Chocoflan.
bottom and then the flan on top.
And Chumel called him Chocoflan every chance he got. And the first lady accused him on
Which is
Twitter.
hilarious.
And that's what made a lot of noise. But that wasn't the big issue. They started searching on his Twitter, and he really tweeted a lot of racist shit, a lot of classism, a lot of racist shit. He had a brunette Barbie that looked like
Barbie, yes.
and he says she can iron your shirts, she can sweep your door.
She can clean, she can
Wow.
sweep, yeah.
He called her
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that why this whole white-sicken shit started?
And then
Right.
and then another one where
Okay.
he said, and then another one where he says, I just had sex with an Aztec girl. Now I understand why they killed him, or something like that, right?
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
I don't get that. Why? Because they're virgins, or I don't get it. Why?
Because they're horrible. They suck.
He's just being
He was
racist as fuck.
Mexican, you know.
And now he's in
Absolutely.
HBO. He has toned that shit down, but they still fucked him, you know?
Yeah,
Fired.
It's like if I say I just had sex with an American Indian girl. Now I understand why they got conquered. They fucking stupid. Or something
Oh,
like
you
that
can't
along those
do that
lines,
shit
you
in
know?
America. But damn.
No,
man.
I know, but I'm saying it right now. I'm just disclaimer. We're just quoting things, okay? I did not say that. It's not my joke. I did not say that. I've never had sex with
Sería
an
una
American
pena que
Indian.
alguien sacara este
and you know what?
video
And that's
fuera
what
de-
I like about Twitter, because Twitter, like, well, I mean, it's like old Twitter, like before maybe 2010, 2011, like it was wild. Like you could, like late at night, like late night Twitter was wild. Like
I love
anything and
Twitter.
everything was going on.
I love Twitter more than anything, dude. I'm a
Because it's
big,
no filter. It's no
yeah.
filter.
I don't. Instagram is just.
Ads.
Well, now they're filtering.
No, Instagram is just.
filtering you now.
Instagram is what I don't like about Instagram is just people showing off stupid shit.
Only fucking pictures.
That's all
it.
Instagram
Yeah.
is. People showing off stupid
You wanna
shit. Yeah.
see people's minds? Go to Twitter.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Look, I'll describe it. Instagram, people showing off stupid shit. Snapchat is for fucking pedophiles.
And
Fucking
little kids, yeah.
Facebook.
It's for the tias and the moms.
Facebook is people telling their sad stories. Serious shit.
Their Zumba stories, their sad stories, their amiguis, and I got a new
And TikTok,
and really
and TikTok is if you want to act like a jackass. I guess fucking whatever. And
absolutely.
and you like kids, you laugh at corny shit. I mean,
Yeah, TikTok is like the ultimate ADD. Like,
yeah.
Check this out, guys. Speaking of Facebook, they threw me in Facebook jail for 7 days. I could not post or do or say anything because I made a comment on a video in Spanish saying, uy, qué bueno que esta persona que estaba ahí tirada no era un negro y el que estaba aventando el cohete era un güero, porque si no ahorita las cosas estarían boca arriba. It was about a video that some black kids go and throw a big ass fucking firework to a homeless guy that is sleeping on the street.
I saw that yesterday.
Seen it or not. And they were recording and they were laughing and shit. And I said, what if the other shoes were all the way around? You know, the city will be burning down because it would be a hate crime, you know?
If a white,
I got thrown in Facebook jail for seven
Facebook won't
days.
ask on word read further. If something shows as racism, you're out.
They said that it was super racist.
Twitter used to have that too. There used to be Twitter jail too. I remember that.
It's on right now more than ever, no? Or am I wrong?
If you write pinche puto in Mexico in Facebook, you're blocked instantaneously, almost.
damn.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Yo no puedo ni güero, o sea, neta, o sea, solo me voy a poner mi traje negro, no me voy a comer mi pan blanco. Espérate.
Dude, that's what I was gonna go to is that
Come on.
we
Now they want to take down Jesus Christ, the
man.
images of Jesus.
look who really? I didn't hear that one.
Yes, Sean
But-
King, the leader of fucking Black Lives Matter. he said that the images of Jesus and everything portrayed by the church, it is white supremacist because everybody's white. All the images are white. They all must come down.
Sean King's like the whitest black guy I know.
Right? Thank you. But he's a leader. He's
like
one of the
guy
leaders of the Black Lives Matter.
But my
Look like a Jew guy that grew up in the desert, right? And
yeah.
no one portrays him like
Black Israelite.
Yeah. Well, Black Israelites, right? My opinion on that is, you can't just start taking everything down. Everybody has their own right to portray shit the way they think it is. Whatever, it's freedom of speech, freedom of religion. And once you start attacking those things, then
Where's the First Amendment?
what are we gonna have
Exactly.
left? Now, I mean, this is really gonna turn into
No, so here you go. The First Amendment, it should be comedy. It should be the press. It should be comedians. It should be, people that just want to say the truth and be out there. You know what? Like, I know, like, if I go on Facebook, I'm going to run into my tias and my mom's, like, good morning, the Lord blessed you today. And,
Yes.
this is
your
like my
prayers.
son's, my 8th grade graduation thing. I'm like, okay. And like,
Mhm.
go to Instagram, it's like, a bunch of chicks showing off their tan lines. I'm like, well, you get what you want,
I was talking to a female comic yesterday, and she was talking about how she hates it that female comedians, and I'm glad she said it because she's a female. She said cheapen themselves by showing their boobs and all that, and then they get mad when guys start hitting on them.
Comment. Mhm.
It's like a lot of girls have made their careers in comedy by trying to be sexual, and the whole
I can name a few.
the whole
Like
point.
Lena Dunham.
I
Like
don't
Leah
know.
Dunham, when she came out in the HBO show Girls, she would always show off her like rolls and her tits and everything. And I was like, damn, like she doesn't like, I guess that's like, a woman's body. Like, all right. But
I mean,
she would just,
But it's a typical picture. Like, I just got my hair done. I'm like, I don't see your hair, bitch. Oh, but I see your cleavage. That's all. That's what they do.
But are you a comedian or are you a model? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, none of
Are
them. Neither one of them too.
No,
Neither one of them too. Because
I
they're not
understand
funny.
that.
They're
I'm
not
saying,
funny.
but what I'm saying is, what are you trying to be? No, come on, dude. Don't say that. There's female comedians that are funny, man. Come on, dude.
I know, but the ones that are funny, they're not showing their boobs.
Oh, yeah,
and stuff.
the funny
They're not
ones
doing
don't-
That.
Yeah, the funny
no, they're
ones
not doing that.
The funny
No.
ones don't need to do that shit. But I'm saying
No,
it's like
exactly.
dudes aren't fucking showing their guns and shit and fucking but they're not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
No,
look,
well,
I'm gonna go like,
Dane
I'm gonna
Cook-
be
Dane
like,
Cook was
oh,
doing
look
that.
on my ball.
Joe Rogan is always showing his muscles, but he's funny,
Well,
so
he
I
is.
don't give a fuck.
yeah, Joe Rogan
Well,
works
but
his
he's a
ass off.
UFC,
Always
bro. He's a
making
UFC
jokes,
and stuff.
She's kind of sexy, and I like her. I like her. She's super funny.
Oh,
Nikki Glaser.
yeah, she's pretty funny.
I don't know who
Kate
she is.
Wingley. How about Kate Wingley?
I don't know who that is either.
Kate Kingley, or
Quigley.
or
What do you
something
think?
like that.
What do you
Quigley,
think about? What do you think about her?
Okay. Oh, was
What
she
do
in
you think about her?
Bridesmaids?
I'm asking you.
Kate Wingley, the girl, she's short, skinny, blonde. She was in
Yes,
Bridesmaids.
She's all the time.
Oh,
with,
yeah,
with-
she's like, you know what? I don't like her
Comedy
because she
Store.
wants to do like the Jim Carrey faces, and I don't think that's funny.
Is she always
She's
showing her
always-
breast?
Yeah,
What I
no,
want
she's
to
always
say
in bikini. She's always in bikini taking pictures like in public, like waiting for pizza or waiting at whatever, but in bikinis, like showing her boobs and stuff. I'm like,
So what
like,
they're doing?
I'm like,
So what they're doing?
but she's a funny comedian too. I gotta give it to her. She's a really funny comedian.
But what
Kate is
they're
really funny.
doing is they're getting millions of followers because of the boobs, and then they're saying,
Absolutely.
"Oh, come see me live. I'll be in
Yeah.
San Antonio this weekend."
Dude, good for her. And,
I would be doing the same thing
Yeah,
with my
but-
balls.
Yeah,
If my
but then
balls
you
work
don't.
like that.
But then don't fucking complain when people come at you from a different angle, man. When you don't get mad when I'm not saying they should, and I'm not justifying it, but if guys disrespect you, you put that out there. How do you want a guy to react?
I'm saying
Well,
about it.
I was about to say,
They
Mr.
go-
Gold Medal
they
at
go,
backpedaling over
"Oh,
here.
this
I'm
bitch-
not
this
fucking
bitch- this bitch-
backpedaling.
They go, this bitch right here, I just blocked him. He was being an asshole. Look what he wrote to me. How dare he? What is he thinking? Oh my God. And they put him on blast.
Hey,
Like they put the
I don't-
screenshots of their.
I don't
posts.
backpedal.
You know,
I've
I'm
choked
like,
comedians, bro, and I've slammed them against the wall before. So I don't backpedal. Straight up.
Yeah, no, yeah, and you got to hold other people accountable because if a female is like okay, she's
I
showing
should've
off
said
and she
that. I should have said that. I'll probably catch a case now.
But then you know, it goes back
You're
to like, you
racist.
know, how like feminists say like, well, just because I dress this way, you shouldn't be, you know, coming at to
Yeah.
me. You know, like
No, exactly.
Pues no, pero me estás
Present
enseñando las
yourself the way
tetas.
you want to be treated. Present yourself the way you want to be treated.
Exactly,
I
no,
mean,
but exactly.
there's a time and a place for everything, man. There's a time and a
That's a
place
big
for
debate. That's a big
Yeah.
debate.
Yeah.
If a woman wants to dress whatever the fuck she wants to dress,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be appropriate for someone to, oh, nice tits, just like that.
Yeah.
Like out of the blue, you know? That's
No.
right.
Oh, okay, but let's say okay.
I am gonna take a look.
But listen, if you were having, so you're a lawyer, bro. So if you were going to court and the fucking girl comes in a bikini to court, is that the time and place to do that?
It's not.
no.
Exactly.
No,
So that's what I'm
no.
saying.
Still,
So
you
if it,
you can't hold that against her in the matter that's being on trial.
so you can't bring it up and say, look at the way she's dressed. Look at her.
You can't.
You don't
Yeah.
think
And
she's
so
I
and so and
show
so the
up-
court would be like, you know, on the timeline on social media. So just because she posts this, can she, you know, is she attracting this?
Absolutely.
If you can like do this like really short, it's like saying she was asking for it. You
Yeah.
know? That's not right.
No, I'm not saying that, but we do see what they do. We do see how they post pictures and what kind of content they post. And when you say something or do something, I'm like, okay, I'm not here for compliments or for you to come at me. Or I'm like, okay, but you accepted me as a friend. You like my pictures. You see that I love your pictures sometimes, and you kind of know. I mean, it's not like we're stupid. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that
we're in
is right.
2020
That is
already.
right.
Yeah, the unspoken sexual tension.
Exactly. And como te ven, te tratan. Como te ven, te tratan. ¿Qué no, Horacio? If I show up to your courtroom, okay, and I show up all baggy, todo cholo acá, and all stinky, you're going to treat me way different than if I show up todo papiringo, papi. Todo well put together.
So you think the judge is not going to take that into consideration if you come in fucking dressed like a hoodlum, like a thug, or you come in a nice suit? You think that? Of course.
No, because the judge is not there. It's the jury.
No, but I'm talking about there's cases where it's the judge, bro. It's not a jury. It's the judge. I mean, there's
the judge at the end of the day, for example.
There's trial by jury and there's trial not by jury. There's a judge's decision. So I'm saying, okay, jury can judge you too. A jury can look at you the way you come in dressed and go, fuck that. Especially if they had a bad experience with somebody who looks, that looked the way you're representing that day. It's all based on experiences, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know how it sounds. A girl can get millions of followers by posting her ass repeatedly on Instagram.
Absolutely.
We know that.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't mean that you can send her a dick pic out of the
No.
Yeah.
No.
Tampoco.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, well, that's the thing.
What if I do that, guys? What do you guys think if I do that? Like me as a guy. Let's
If you send me a dick pic, I'll give you an honest review.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. But let's say that I'm wearing my briefs, you know, my briefs are tied and, you know, I enhance my bulge or whatever. And, you know, I'm like, oh, I just took a shower or whatever. And all the way down, you can see everything enhanced or whatever. It's a thirst trap. You know, I'm seeking for attention.
Yeah.
I'm opening myself for a comment. Like if I'm a girl and I'm wearing a fucking bikini with a G-string and a tiny little very V, and I'm like, I am gonna say something. I'm a human, and it's right there. It's social media. It's free. You want to fucking be private? Pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the reality. You got
social media.
So I guess the opposite of that would be like, have you seen those YouTube videos where it's like the guy pulling up in the McLaren or the Rolls Royce and then like, you know, trying to get the girls in and it's not his car?
No, it's like
Okay,
it's like the kids that I coach, right? And when they catch the ball or they make a good play or something, they want me to go, "Hey man, good job, man. That's what you're." But when they fuck up, they don't want me to tell them shit. Like they don't want me to say shit. Oh, I'm gonna tell my mom, or you know what I'm saying? You can't have it. You can't just fucking accept
support.
You can't just take the good and say fuck the bad. What world are you living in?
Well, but that's nowadays society. Nowadays society,
It's crazy times.
You dealing with kids? Yeah.
We're living in crazy times. I have jokes on both subjects, on how we treat women and how we treat kids. And it's stupid how we treat kids.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's a pretty good premise. Yeah.
Medallas de participación.
got-
How would you say that?
Las medallas de
Yeah,
participación,
that's
yes.
the participation.
Participation medals.
Yeah,
The
we talked
participation
about. We
trophy.
talked
That
about
way
that.
they don't
That-
feel left out.
that's what we live in. That's the
you know, they feel.
That's the time period we live in. Is participate. Everybody gets a fucking trophy.
Everybody gets a stimulus check.
And that's why kids. That's why kids don't wanna. That's why kids don't wanna compete. They don't want to compete because they're like, fuck it, I'll get something. And then they show up with their hands. What, don't I get something? I deserve something. I should, like, going back to my football team. I deserve to play. I was here every day. Yeah, but you're not one of the better players. You don't deserve to play just because you're here. If I put you out there, somebody's going to rock your world. You're going to end up in the fucking hospital. That's what's going to happen. You're not ready. You haven't improved. So that's the thing. And that's a society.
That inclusiveness in the society that they're doing that right now, Cisco, goes hand in hand with what they're doing with the genderless kids. They're letting them decide what they want to be, a boy or a girl. And you participated. I'm even going to put the little ball on the stick so that you can hit it. Because if you don't hit it, you know, you're going to find that you, Johnny, or little Aiden, or whatever your name is, you're a little piece of shit. You're not no good. So you're going to get your feelings hurt, and you're going to grow up with fucking shit, and they don't want you to grow up with traumas.
You're not gonna be able to
piece
take
of shit,
something out
little
of
Johnny.
because you don't have a way to measure if you're good or not, right?
The what?
How are you gonna measure yourself in the future? How are you gonna go if you are good at something?
Yeah, that's like running for president. Everybody gets to be president. There's no winner. There's no winner here. Everybody's gonna be president. You're gonna get a year. You're gonna get a year. You're gonna get a year. We're all going to be presidents. We don't want to forget the election. Everybody who ran gets to be president. We don't want to
hurt feelings, you know?
No mames.
No, we don't want to hurt feelings. We don't want to hurt feelings, you know? Like the guy that was saying that Jesus Christ image must come down because he was Middle Eastern and he's nowhere near to be white, the representation that they've been portraying. I told him, I said, okay, you're against all the slaves owners and stuff because he was pro taking down the George Washington statue. Do you guys hear about that? The statue of George Washington just got taken down in Washington, D.C. Wow. And they celebrated it. They said, yes, you know, that has to come down. And I said, well, guess what? George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Lincoln, and the other guy too, guess what? They are in our money, in our currency. Stop using it. Stop using it then. It should be offensive. It has a picture of a slave owner. Ooh, don't dare you fucking use it. Don't use it.
Yeah, we get to choose our hypocrisies.
We're selective outrage. Right? We have selective outrage.
Yeah.
Selective outrage. I like that. I never used that.
Because we select what we are outraged about. We're like, oh, I'm pissed about that.
This week. And then I'm pissed about this next week.
The Black Lives Matter movement, which is going to it's now joined up to be a political party. Okay, so you guys know. They adopted the Brown Lives Matter. I remember a few weeks ago, if you said that, Brown Lives Matter too, oh, you were the worst. Now they adopted it too. They're just uniting, bro. They're just escalating this thing. They're grabbing from it.
Who adopted it?
The Black Lives Matter, puppy.
But here's the thing, man. I agree with the Black Lives Matter people, and it's stupid for say all lives matter because they know they know that all lives matter. Black people are not saying that all lives don't matter. That only black people. They're trying to say Black Lives Matter too.
Absolutely.
At least Black Lives Matter at the moment right now.
Also,
the analogy I've been hearing
is different.
Also, no, Black Lives Matter also because for far too long, I mean, fuck, they received a lot of abuse, man, and a lot of racism.
I understand, Cisco. And guess what? The Mexicans got their home taken away from them too.
Yeah.
We ain't no foreigners. The fucking border crossed us. We didn't cross the border. And we're viewed upon fucking aliens. They called us aliens. They call us aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we weren't enslaved. We weren't enslaved. Listen, but we weren't enslaved.
I understand.
And hung from trees.
True. That's a good point
our
too.
churches burned. and shit. Like, come on, man. That's
So the analogy I've been hearing, the analogy that sums it up really good for me is like, okay, all four of our houses were on the same block, but Cisco's house is on fire right now. The fire department comes and then they start putting the fire out on him. It's like, hey, what about my house? Like, you should put water on my house too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but your house isn't on fire at the moment. His house is on fire. So at the moment, his house matters. We should focus right now. It's like, no. But what about our other house?
Absolutely.
Yes, we get it.
Absolutely.
Once everybody else's house is on fire, then we go and help everybody else. But at the moment, this is what's going on.
Because of the
it doesn't make you less a Mexican. It doesn't make you
I understand.
Mexican for standing up for other people.
But what about this, Cisco? Like, because speaking of selective outrage, why remember when Obama was about to leave office that the whole Indian pipeline was happening, that they were taking their land once again and they were contaminating their water source and everything, and it was a big protest and everything.
Yeah, because they wanted to run
that with fucking tanks and everything.
They wanted to run that gas line through their reservation.
Yeah, remember, it was horrible, and they went through with it. And once again, dude. The Indians were here before even the blacks and the Chinese, everybody. It was Mexicans and Indians. That's it.
Yeah, they were slaughtered.
And now all of a sudden, the Indians get slaughtered. They get they got enslaved too as well somehow, in some way, because they got reduced to nothing. And all of a sudden, we become aliens. I'm like, wait a minute. And the black people become slaves. And so on. And then all of a sudden, the ones that came and took this land are the ones calling themselves the owner of this land.
Well, the reality
when I hear
is
people saying,
the reality is we're all slaves, bro. It's just slavery is different now. It's called debt. And once you're in debt, and they get you in debt, and they get you in debt, education gets you in debt.
Education gets you in debt. How crazy is that?
For the weak-minded, for the uneducated, they flash all these material things, and then, ooh, I never had that. Ooh, I gotta have that.
I want that.
And you get in debt again. You get in debt. The new cars, the houses, look what happened in the financial crisis of 2008. People losing their houses. That's because they got in fucking debt. And you're fucked. Once you're in debt, you're fucked. It's slavery. Yeah, you think it's not slavery? Don't go to fucking work and see what happens to you. You got to go to work. You got to go spend all those hours doing labor. And then that money, you don't really enjoy that money. That money, the majority of that money goes to debt.
To pay bills.
And that's the slavery, bro.
It's like the working poor.
Electricity. Yeah. Okay, we laugh. Like, I was talking about this when we were kids. There was not big bottled water wasn't a big thing. When we were kids.
No, eran garrafones, nada más.
Oh, we just drank water out of we drank water out of the sink, out of the water hose, out of everything.
De la llave, por eso de la llave, o un garrafón que los traían.
La pinche pila, güey.
Sí, por eso. Or in my house, we had a well in my house.
Or you boiled the water and then you drank the boiled water.
Yeah.
That's what
the
we
water
did
tasted good.
Kids. We boiled it.
Yeah.
So
we drank that water, okay? But now they started charging us for water, and ridiculous. I mean, you could pay up to like $7 for a bottle of water, dude.
For a bottle of water, bro.
At a football game or a sports game, it's $5 for that little bottle of water, the little one. It's $5.
We're railed into all that bullshit, man.
They sell us electricity. I can guarantee you it doesn't cost shit to make electricity, really.
No,
I
not really.
They sell us
harvesting
gas.
From the water.
They sell us gas, and it's just the person who discovered it. Yeah, comes from the earth. They charge us for oil, comes from the earth. Somebody just monopolized it and said, "Fuck it, I'm going to charge everybody for it." But that's all. Those are all technically free resources.
It costs a lot of money to make dams, to make power plants. It costs a lot of money. But
absolutely.
That system is in hands of the fewer, and they just turn it into a monopoly.
Bro, I was talking. The
system is fucked.
That's when the hemp became famous, and I think. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was talking to Dave Chappelle about that one time at the Comedy Store, and I was telling him about Chiapas. In Chiapas they have a lot of these dams, and they create a lot of electricity. And I had read somewhere, I might be wrong, whatever. Back then, it said that 60% of the electricity in the whole country of Mexico came from Chiapas, the fucking the hydroelectric generators or whatever.
The hydroelectric.
Yeah, and that 75% of the people in Chiapas had no electricity.
Yeah, I know, because they were harvesting out of there.
So
look what happens in Venezuela and in Mexico. We have gas, we have petroleum.
That's crazy, though. That's crazy.
Stupid. That's weird.
Your state produces more than half of the electricity in the whole country, but 3/4 of your state has no electricity. How the fuck is that?
The
new president in Mexico just made deals to generate electricity out of carbon.
What?
Fucking carbon.
Yeah.
Out of carbon?
He says that the Helios, he says that the Helios, the propellers, they look ugly. They uglify the scenery, he says. He says, they tan feos, no sé quién lo puso ahí.
Oh, the wind turbines?
The big asshole from that
party.
Yeah,
the wind turbines.
The party in power is Morena. And some asshole from that party said that those propellers were stealing the air from the communities.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
So they're going to create energy from carbon.
They're burning coal.
Yeah. Damn, that's old school. That's like steam. That's like steam trains.
Yeah, and America is doing it too. America is doing it too. They're generating power with coal, steel.
Oh yeah. I remember fucking when Trump authorized that shit. He said we're gonna start clean coal. There's no
because he wanted all those mountain people that work in the coal mines took it, and then but it's like an old resource that nobody's using anymore.
Those people live till they're 26, man. That coal shit is dangerous. That shit gets in your lungs and kills you. Those people in West Virginia die young.
Just to summarize everything in Mexico with the new energy deals, they're all shut down right now because he calls them bad deals amongst friends from the neoliberalism of the past administration. So all of that, it was no more.
I love how
what's going on with.
I love how Mauricio fucking knows everything about the politics in Mexico and shit. I love that shit.
Yeah, I dig it, man. In between like some rips of weed, I dig that, man.
She's stupid.
So what do you do? Wake up?
Hey, I have to be, dude, all day. That's what I do.
Fucking.
But
that's how you keep your third eye open, man.
Hold on. This is what you do. You wake up.
My pineal gland. That's how I clean up my pineal gland.
Listen, you wake up, you go, and then you go, what's going on in Mexico?
Exhale.
Porque si no lo soporto, güey. And honestly, I cannot take no more than 3 minutes of this guy, even if they put him on fast forward, the president, it's just horrible. But what I was going to tell you, Cisco, about the energy that you touched based on the energy and everything, that's when up until the late 1800s, the 1900s here in the U.S., you needed to grow hemp if you had more than half an acre on your land. You were required. That's what got us through World War II and the recession, the first recession.
Yeah. They
were making oils and everything, fabric, and they were making biodiesel too, which it was empty out of hemp. Henry Ford made his first car out of hemp. Everything that you could make out of steel, you could make it out of hemp. And it's biodegradable, it's non-microbial, it's hydrophobic, doesn't work, and it's light as fuck and stronger than steel. And you can also fuel it with hemp fuel.
Do you know why they stopped and they made it illegal?
Yes.
Because it was cotton.
Because it was.
Yeah.
It was the cotton. It was the cotton, the steel, and the energy Edison, the energy company. All of those guys got together and they said, "No, espérate, güey. How are they going to do this? What do we do?
We're not going to make money." Like it was cutting.
Yeah, that's when the reefer madness propaganda came about. That's when they called it the marijuana, the walkie tobacco. The Negroes are coming to rape the white women, and they get crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Mauricio,
that's when they came up with their.
Look at this guy. Hey, hey, Mauricio, that's what I was trying to explain to Jose the other day because we dabble in the stock market, and he was buying weed stock, and I told him something. You explained something to me that about the supply and demand, how the supply was way too much for the demand. And what was it? What were the numbers? You gave me some numbers.
In California, we consume an average of 13 tons a year. Okay, we're producing about 30.
So that's why I was telling you about stocks in weed.
Yes.
It's not a good idea because they're not going to make
none of that
money.
stuff. No,
It's not big. It's not big. It might be.
everybody went the rush. Wait, I make machines. You know, I make extraction machines. I'm like the first in line for production on anything, and I'm having a hard time right now because the industry took a dive, and especially because of COVID. Dude, all my operation in Kentucky stopped. It was at a halt right now, and I'm starting. You know, I have to find who am I going to be working with and get my machines going again and everything. And I do extraction of oil. I make like pure fucking premium oil.
But you do hemp, right?
It's hemp and THC. My machine makes both.
Oh, shit.
My technology technology extracts both, and it's called full spectrum because it extracts all the compounds of the flower.
I remember when you told me that, because I told you, oh, so you're gonna do weed? He's like, nah, I'm not gonna do weed. And he gave me those numbers about the tons, and he said, dude, we're producing 30 tons of marijuana, but the reality, the demand is only 13 tons. So what happens?
Yeah, so the rest of it,
what happens to
either leaves the state, or
illegally.
it gets sold illegally because again, everything got legalized here in the state of California. Everything went licensed, so prices went up, more taxes, blah 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 blah. Because the taxes are big.
Now I bought stock in a weed company, but the reason I got in was because they had signed a deal with Coors and all these beers to make THC beers. I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
They,
we were talking. Lagunitas was doing that with Corona at one point.
Were they? I didn't know that.
Yes, but actually they jumped.
Huh?
They pivoted to CBD.
Yeah, that's some of the companies that I'm into. They're either like pharmaceutical companies that they do it into CBDs or it's like extractions, like you say. So it's not just like the flower, but like all the other parts of it too. Like they're trying to get it into like cancer research and dementia and
that's what this oil. It's actually it can be crafted. My machine is the extraction is so pure and so true that whatever flour you put in it, it's the extraction that you're going to be having. All the lipids and the fats get left behind and stuff. You don't need to winterize anything when you process. That means that your product is going to be primo. It's going to have a real high percentage, and they're trying to. We're working on putting it on pens for cancer people after chemotherapy and stuff like that. All that with specific strains, because all strains nowadays they're crafted. They have different percentages of THC, CBD, hybrid, indica, sativa. Now you know the game. So it's going to be guided and directed like that.
That's crazy. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We never think of
so Mauricio, what are you into? Indica, sativas, hybrids? Because I'm more of an indica type guy.
I'm an indica guy all day long. I
Yeah.
don't do sativas. I don't do hybrids. I'm like,
I don't like the head high.
You guys like that heroin high.
No, I mean, dude, a finger of this.
That's funny you say it like that, but yeah, because I get kind of slumped.
That's a heroin high, dude. That's like, that's like
mentioning the tax in Kentucky right now. Our industry, our tax is like to a minimum because of Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump signed a petition that the hemp industry was going to be preferred. You know, which is cool. You know, but right now because of the COVID and everything, it came to a halt everything right now. But we're working on getting restarted. And
is there something on the horizon?
Oh yeah, definitely. Again, people like Nestle, Campbell's, Bimbo, Coca-Cola, Kroger, all of those people are going into the CBD industry. They're going to put like chicken noodle soup with CBD, chocomilk con CBD.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
CBD, they're doing that. They're doing that with the little kids with the seizures.
Yes.
Well, that was the reason why they wanted to leave. Remember that person in New Jersey? The person in New Jersey was trying to legalize it, and the governor wouldn't legalize it because.
And then they did legalize it, right? They legalized it just for that person.
Yeah, because that baby was having like 30 seizures a day or some crazy shit. I don't remember how many. I might be exaggerating, but it was a shit.
Yeah, some crazy amount of seizures. And
it was hooked in a bunch of pills, like super fucked up, strong pills. And when he
His
started CBD,
kidneys.
futures got down, but he couldn't get rid of the rest of the pills because they had to, like a heroin addict, they
You
had
gotta
to,
weed them off.
yeah.
See?
Damn,
He
Yeah,
that's
was
to rehab. Go to
super
rehab.
from all the medicine. And
well, you know,
Yeah,
I
go
bet,
to rehab.
but the pill companies, I bet you are pissed off. They start fucking losing money. That's where you get the biggest fight
Oh,
from.
absolutely. No, the big pharma right now, they're waiting for all of us in the industry to
Oh,
we
damn, I really want to
see
hear.
who stays in the next 2 years,
You gotta have to
and
repeat
whoever's
it.
the strongest,
You have to repeat it.
whoever stays. Okay, the pharmaceutical industries are playing this game right now. The FDA doesn't approve THC and approves CBD, but doesn't approve it on edibles, on water, so nothing that you can eat. Okay, it approves some pills and stuff like that, oils sometimes.
And at low
From 52
dosages.
states, but they have a sketchy gray line and low dosages. Okay, hemp has no THC, so that's why it's high on CBD, like 0.03% on THC. So it's non-psychoactive, means it doesn't get you high. And why the CBD is so effective to the human body? It's because our ECS system, it's our endocannabinoid system. The name endocannabinoid, cannabinoid. It's in our system. We have those receptors, and the CBD has the perfect compound to feed it. What does the ECS system do in our body? It's the one that is in charge of regulating absolutely everything in our body. So that's why they give the CBD to the kids with seizures, and they get regulated like within 60 to 120 seconds.
Damn. I remember, dude. I remember you were having a sciatic nerve problem.
Yeah,
Remember that shit?
and I started taking that, and I wasn't.
No, you were on,
bad.
but you were taking like ibuprofen. You were taking all kinds of. You said nothing.
Yeah.
Couldn't
No,
sleep.
not at my level. No, until
Couldn't
I just
sleep.
started doing my fucking CBD, and it just because the inflammation, everything, it just helps you get. It doesn't get you high. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They think the CBD is psychoactive. They go, "I'm gonna take CBD," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm all chill and calm." I'm like, "You're stupid. You're a placebo. You're stupid because that's not what CBD does." And now they're doing nano CBD because of the absorption of your body is more immediate than the old style isolate that they were doing. They were isolating everything, and it came in a powder form. Now it's in a form of oil, and it gets nano emulsified to go into drinks and into food and into all that good stuff.
Dude, Mauricio's like the Bill Nye the Science Guy, but with like the Mad Hatter of weed.
But it comes straight. But the CBD comes straight. What we're doing straight, it's just a straight hemp.
So what do you prefer?
It smells just like it.
You prefer
It smells
CBD
like it.
or you prefer puffing it?
Oh well, CBD
Puffing it, baby.
Again, like this is one of our brands.
Okay.
Okay, hemp please.
Hemp, please, yes, sir. And this is a 3,000 milligram, which means that it has 3 grams of hemp oil in it, mixed with MCT oil, which is coconut oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good
Okay,
shit.
that is the purest form that you can mix. Again, this drove us to get good product because we could not find reliable product. I mean, we put our heads to work and we came up with this, and now we have a really good extraction system. And the hemp is like, it's a win-win situation. It's what's coming up.
Yeah,
If I was not making extraction machines, I would not be in that industry because it's hard because everybody went in it. Everybody wants to sell oils. Everybody wants to sell everything.
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
wants
dude.
to get into the fucking industry. I'm like, come on. That's why we need regulations so that we know where our stuff comes from.
That's the problem, bro. You saw what happened with the vape pens, and people were buying shit off the street or whatever and getting sick. You know, the problem too is getting in the kids' hands, man. That was fucked up. But you know,
that's why I'm pro regulation. The handling of the package doesn't need to be llamativo, you know, like call attention, you know, fruity and this and that. I know people like that, but guess what? We're going to have regulations, and this is what it needs to be. CBD is for nothing but medical purposes. And like I was saying, I didn't say nothing about the pharma. They're waiting for the biggest guys to remain in the industry to come out and buy them out, because the big pharmas are most definitely going into the big game of the CBD. You can't stop the CBD wave right now.
Yeah, they're all
Israel has been doing it at their main university since 1967. They're the leaders on the research and development of CBD products in Israel.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And
Huh.
The rest of the world stopped working on investigations on it. Only Israel continued. The rest of the
Yeah.
world stopped.
Yeah, they kept on going. They kept on going when they demonized it, que porque el reefer madness y que es la marijuana y la hicieron y they made it illegal. At one point, the hemp became illegal in the early 40s or something like that, late 30s, some shit like that. Don't quote me on that, but that was somewhere around there.
Well, see, that's the interesting thing, dude, is that
it was a big interest thing. It was the big interest, like you guys said, you know, the power industry, the steel industry, and the manufacturing industry. Levi's used to make their pants out of hemp.
Yeah, I remember that too. I was about to say.
But they said, but listen, they said, now we have all the Negroes here.
We have all this free cotton, all this free labor.
Why don't let's just use them and make that illegal?
And while we're at it, let's put YKK on the zipper.
Well, see, that's the
YKK.
What I was gonna say is that's the fucked up part is that they brainwashed us, the media, using television, using movies.
Just say no.
Just brainwash us into believing one thing, but that's just the big companies spending all that money to
the
make
companies is one side of it.
Yeah.
The other side is it's really profitable to make an enemy of the state and of the people and to monopolize the selling of the product.
You make money with fear. You control people with fear.
That's what happened with booze up there in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the first Kennedy made all his money.
Yep.
The dry season.
Well, that's the thing. Like you were saying, like going back to what you said about the harvesting of marijuana and you know how many tons there are. I remember I think I heard like all the major cigarette brands bought lands
Marlboro,
marijuana. So how are you going to compete with Marlboro? Marlboro has a shit ton of money.
They do.
Once they start putting out
nobody's gonna buy fucking cigarettes like that with Marlboro. Nobody in the right mind. No, I would never.
No, there's this one company that does the pre-rolls, and my friend bought it, and then when he showed me the packaging, I was like, I mean, okay, I get it. I can see it. You know, there's a water, there's a this, there's some everything. Like, yeah, I get it. There's a market for everything, but me, like, nah, I wouldn't. Me personally,
no. I wouldn't.
Well, look at Moonrock hasn't done bad. Moonrock hasn't done.
Yeah, true.
Oh, but
Neptune Sticks hasn't done bad.
You're right about that too.
And those are all
Moonrocks.
Those are all
brands.
Those are all pre-rolled. Neptune.
Yes, but they're not. They come from one person. Okay, it's not coming from a huge corporation, which is Marlboro. So we know that they kill 1 million people a fucking year, and people have cancer because of it. In the package tells you you're gonna fucking die. Don't smoke it.
Okay, so here's a question.
Look at this guy smoking. Look at the pictures.
So here's the thing.
Look at the pictures in Mexico. They come on the cigarette boxes. Look.
Oh my god, dude! I thought that looked like the Cowardly Lion in baby version.
Oh, bro, that's a kid on a respirator, man.
I look like a little baby, like a little lion suit or something.
Lucky Strikes.
No, so okay, here's a question. What's killing more people right now? Cigarettes or coronavirus?
But you know, listen, but you know it's not the tobacco that kills people, right? It's the formaldehyde in the filter. That's the shit that's bad for you. The filter.
I don't see everybody.
It's safer for you to smoke non-filtered than filtered. Ironically, because you're getting the tar and then you're getting the formaldehyde that's in the fucking. Formaldehyde's not supposed to be in your body. I mean, no smoke either, but I'm saying that's the shit that causes even more damage. I mean, I don't have any proof of that, but I'm not gonna put it.
I clearly remember people saying like, oh, you know, so many people die from secondhand smoke, and I'm like, damn, secondhand smoke. Like, how many people really die from second? I can understand if the person's really like them smoking,
but again, those were
somebody
myths,
secondhand.
I'm gonna get high, or I'm gonna go to a job interview and I cannot be around because you're gonna smoke and I'm gonna test positive. No, you don't. No, you just don't.
Yeah.
You know, but myths.
Oh, you don't?
The myth of this.
No, but I'm talking about like tobacco.
Oh, okay.
Because like how the advertisement's like, oh, secondhand smoke kills, and I was like, does it really?
Yeah.
Does it? So secondhand really? Can it kill you?
It's not the fucking that you're sitting there next to one person smoking a cigarette. It's like when you're in Vegas and you're in a casino and it's fucking 75 people smoking everywhere, and you're
plus farts and burps and sneezes.
Yeah, you're not getting oxygen in your body.
I still remember when people used to smoke everywhere, inside the fucking elevator. That's when
I grew up.
you get second
How
hand.
old are you, Horacio? How old are you, Horacio?
42.
If you don't mind me asking. Okay, we're about the same. I'm 3 years older than you. I'm 45. I grew up in Mexico, and you probably did the same thing. People were smoking Raleigh, Alas, Faros, and everywhere you went, at the bank, at the restaurants, at a church, not a church, but you pretty fucking much. They smoked everywhere, everywhere.
One of my first jobs when I started as a paralegal, the offices were really old, and I had a
Licenciados más,
built-in
güey.
ashtray in
Puta
my
madre.
office.
Huh?
A built-in ashtray in my office. It was part of my office. Not like an
Welcome
ashtray
back.
holder. It was built in.
Holy shit.
Then,
So can you still smoke inside?
No.
Yeah, no? Can you
It
smoke
was
by
just,
El Ángel de la Independencia? Can you smoke by it?
Yeah, you can smoke outside everywhere. If you're outside, you can smoke everywhere.
That's right. I remember outside of beer halls. Like,
in Kentucky, there's companies that they're not that big, but they're doing hemp cigarettes. Okay, the hemp cigarette is high on CBD. It's not gonna get you high again, but you are smoking something. You are not smoking tobacco. You want to quit cigarettes and stuff like that. That's the only thing I can see about smoking hemp. I'm not a big smoker of hemp. I rather, because I extract the oil, I rather take it. Just take it directly, sublingually.
yeah, but
That's
if
the
you're
fastest way.
if you're a big cigarette smoker, is hemp like safer than tobacco? And
Absolutely, because it has no nicotine, and the
Mm.
tar levels are super low
Yeah, I forgot
because
about that.
it doesn't have any chemicals. No chemicals.
The nicotine.
It's just a straight plant.
Yeah, the nicotine's addictive.
Yes. Oh,
I'm
big
wondering,
fucking
but
time.
so
is porn.
so are you addicted because of nicotine, Horacio? Is it nicotine you got you by the balls?
I don't think it has me by the balls. I smoke a lot, and then I quit like for a month because I don't want it. And then I go out to a party or something where people's drinking, and I start smoking again.
Yeah, no, like right now, myself, I'm about to have a whole month without smoking weed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. You're a brave man. I don't know how you can do
Yeah,
it.
no, but the month is
tell me,
almost
like,
over, so.
People tell me like, you should stop. I'm like, you should stop breathing, motherfucker.
It's a 30-day challenge not to smoke pot, huh?
No. I'm no, dude. Encerrado and all this, plus all this. No, fucking way, no.
Well, that's the
No,
thing,
don't
man.
say that. Don't do that to me. Don't say that to me.
And like now it's like so much better too, because I remember buying a gram of Kush, not even Kush, Chronic back in the day. Not even Chronic. I used to get Zest too back in the day. And it used to be like the most I would pay like for, okay, when Kush first came out, like $25 a gram. And I remember that. And I used to go in like sketchy neighborhood and everything. And just for a gram. Now I have my own
They give you a
card. I
receipt.
get yes. It's like, oh, you want to hang out at the lounge, and now I get like an eighth for like 35. I'm like, damn.
You call. And because you're a first-time patient, the delivery service gives you 5 grams on your eighth instead of 3.5.
Damn, yeah.
For
Yeah,
40 bucks. Okay?
the 5 gram eighth for
Plus your
35.
first- Oh fuck yeah.
And you get a stamp on the card.
Oh yeah.
Hey, do you remember the nickels and dimes?
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah. And then half of the nickel or most of the nickel in the dime was
It's
seats
thick.
and stamps
Sims, yeah.
and
Well,
seats.
that's if you didn't have a good hookup. Because if you had a hookup, they would hook you. Like there was a guy that I know my cousin used to go to. They used to give him $20 sacks for $10, and it was like pretty fat, and it was mostly bud. I mean, remember when the seedless pot started coming out?
The
That
Chronic,
changed the game, bro. That changed.
Yeah, when the Chronic had the crystals on it, I was like, damn.
I remember the Arizona bud with the little red hairs on it.
I was getting my stuff from the same guy in Orange County, in Santana. I'm not gonna say names, but that's the same guy that was curing to the Cypress Hill crew.
No.
At that time. That's the
okay.
first time when I saw, Chronic, like real Chronic, and it put me on my fucking ass.
Dude, I remember the Arizona bud.
Yeah.
When you guys were saying the things about the times and whatnot, I only seen that stuff in movies.
Really?
American movies.
Yeah, in Mexico they give it to you folded up in a little piece of paper, huh?
Yeah.
They call it lids.
Just take a sheet of paper out of a notebook, and they just
Fold
like
it
a
up.
little envelope and give it to you.
In 1994, I was lucky enough to go to beautiful to Vancouver.
Okay.
beautiful British Columbia, up there in Canada, right after, because I lived in Seattle, and that's the first time I seen the purple haze and the Alaskan thunderfuck.
Oh, that changed the game when I saw those like lavender purple leaves.
That purple haze came from up there, from Canada. That was, I mean, even Jimi Hendrix thinks about it, but it's been a strain of it for a long time. But it got lost, and then Canada retake it. Those guys, they grew it. They perfect fucking scenario.
Again, speaking about regulation, man, like now with the scientists and everything, they can clone and manipulate everything.
Yeah.
So,
One
like
of my
you said,
partners,
Big Pharma's going to jump in on this. Once they get their scientists and they start messing with the male and female leaves and everything, it's over.
One of my partners is a biochemist. One of my 3 partners is a biochemist, and big hand on what we had to do with the machine and what how we made it. And my background, it's I fabricated for Boeing, so we
really?
something good. Yeah, I'm an aerospace engineer by trade. I worked for them for 10 years.
Okay.
So,
then
dude,
you should have better Wi-Fi connection than this, man.
Because he's in Yorba Linda, bro. He's in Yorba Linda.
I'm in Yorba fucking Linda, bro. You kidding me?
That's the home of Richard Nixon.
I know.
No, but right wait, is it Yorba Linda like the city, like the healthiest city? They have like a big old health situation there. Like they have their own hospital and everything. They're big on nuts and organic everything.
No, actually, that would be Culver City.
Culver City.
That's as big a Republican city as you could get. The proud home of Richard Nixon, right there.
Yeah, hold on.
The big dick.
Big dick.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, dude, he movie star and a freaking and a president, dude.
I'm not a crook.
Yeah. And let me show you my camouflage here, because man, I have to,
Make
America great again. Man got it. Wow.
Really? You're a Trump fan? I didn't know you were a Trump fan.
Listen, did you hear what I said?
No.
This is my. When I went to Kentucky, dude, I wore this like everywhere. You would not believe how much fucking love I get when I wear this thing.
Oh, I believe it.
Really?
Dude, that's
oof.
Dude, it's like you're John Bon Jovi or something when you walk with that hat on, dude. Like everybody, everybody that sings Freebird or Don't Stop Believing, they love that.
Got pulled over in Kentucky. We
Do
were
not
driving.
bring that hat to Mexico ever. Do not bring it.
Listen, I know how to pick my fights. Okay.
Make Toluca great again. Look, it's red and white. Los Diablos Rojos, güey.
Huevo.
Hey,
I've seen the other red one. It says, "Don't pass Trump the blunt."
Oh.
wait, so you're not a Republican, though, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not affiliated with anything. I like who makes sense and what makes sense.
That's true. I'm the same way. I'm in the middle.
It's like when the people tell me, "Oh, well, I'm Catholic. I'm this. What religion are you?" I'm like, if anything, I believe in God, and I just abide by the good laws of humanity. If I have a religion, people have a tendency to be pieces of shit.
Oh, that's dude. I always say when people start talking religion, it's time to fucking run, bro. It's time to run the other way because some shit's about to go down.
I cannot do sport, politics, or religion because they somehow always end up like that.
Dude, yeah. No, I love sports. I'll fucking argue sports.
Sí, güey, sí. O sea, yo sé, pero ¿qué tal si le voy al equipo incorrecto?
So what? But okay.
I used to argue.
But not everybody.
When there was a discussion about religion, I always used to argue. I'm an atheist, and living here in Mexico is difficult like that. And I always.
Are you an atheist?
I love to fucking fight.
Are you atheist? Are you atheist?
Yeah.
So I bet you the biggest fight is with your mom and your family, right?
They were tired of it. They just don't say to me anything anymore.
Dude, listen. I've said this to people. I say I've known people who are atheists, who are the nicest people, and I've known religious Christians. They're the worst pieces of shit.
I've just
quite honestly. Like atheists.
López Obrador is Cristiano.
Like I've known atheists. Atheists that they don't even bring up religion. They don't talk about it. They're nice people. They're nice to people.
And that's what I was gonna tell you about this. These people. I drove all the way from LA to Kentucky. Okay, I went through the fucking South. Okay, I went through some towns, through Texas, and all the way up through the 65, man, Route 66. I've encountered like the nicest people in that area that were Trump supporters. The times, because I've been here in this country for 29 years, the times that I've gotten hated on or any kind of or racism towards me, it's been from my own people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or a Chicano or somebody that was born here, now they don't like me or whatever, but it's been from my own people.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
But that's
And I mean the Latinos.
Yeah.
But that's because you've had more encounters with people like that. Also.
Well, I actually, since I got here, I moved to Seattle. And I've always was surrounded. I mean, I chuck Seattle to that I can speak English the way I do because I was surrounded by white people. Completely surrounded. So I was there for 10 years. So I didn't speak anything but English and here and there, a little Spanish. But the ones that you would meet, ay, hijos de su puta madre. And then here in California, otro pedo igual, güey.
Yeah.
Otro pedo, puta madre, güey. In Mexico, how racist are people? Eres
De la
naco,
verga.
fresa, güey. De la verga. Pero Chumel está mal, güey. O sea, yo sé que, I know that to make light of the way he did, it's still fucking funny, man.
You think it's funny?
What would happen if Colbert had ever tweeted something like that? They would
Colbert?
fuck him up,
Oh,
right?
Colbert be done.
Who?
Colbert.
Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
Oh, yeah,
that's
because
Colbert.
we have this,
Not that good,
because
but
of this
that's what we have.
society.
Huh?
Because of nowadays society, the way they are. Remember the jokes that they used to say?
Yeah, but you can't
Going
joke
back
like
to
that.
smoking everywhere, and remember the things that they were in movies, even in our cartoons. Now they're going after Looney Tunes. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're going after some pistolas, after the other guy too. Come on, man.
Oh, the
Bugs
Tom and
Bunny,
Jerry.
man. Hey,
The
what's
old
up,
Tom and
dog?
Jerry.
Old Tom and
Where-
Jerry.
Oh, with Bammy.
Tom, where is that cat? Yeah, like Mammy. Yeah, they do that. The
Do
black.
you guys remember Woody Woodpecker being fucking evil?
Memín Penguin, bro.
Memín Penguin, and it's like, dude, what's next? The abuelita gonna be offended because
They get rid
have
of
a
Memín
abuelita
Penguin?
en el chocolate?
Did they get rid of Memín Penguin?
I think they did. I haven't seen anything about that.
Remember they made the stamp? Remember when they made the stamp and there was a big deal because of the Memín Penguin stamp in
Yeah.
Mexico?
Well, the animal activists are coming
It
out
was a
saying
toy.
that, the
It
gansito.
was this little kid with his ass hanging out, and you put a little thing
I
in
remember.
the ass, and you lighted it, and it looked like it was shitting.
Yeah.
What the?
That was
Some of those had a pencil sharpener as well.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Memín Penguin. What was another one?
There was this little cake called Negrito.
Negritos. And they changed it to
El
Nitos.
negrito,
They
sí,
changed it to
Oh, I
negrito.
do remember Nitos. Yeah.
No, they were
And
called Negritos.
They made him not black, not white, but they kept the afro on the image of the thingy.
I'm sorry, this is getting out of hand. Everybody's getting offended for everything, and everybody's offending. Again, everybody's offended for everything. To go as far as to say that whatever image we know now about Jesus Christ is a white supremacist form of oppressing people, I'm like, I'm like,
But it is, bro. But it
Yeah,
is.
okay, it is. Okay,
That's true.
it is. Okay, sure.
That
it
is
This whole
true.
construction of religion is to oppress people.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
That was my next point. Religion is to control masses. I mean, I'm like, what are you talking about?
In this country, you know what's crazy is this country is supposed to be a separation of church and state. But what do the presidents say? God bless America. They always bring up God, and they always, and they're always like quite Christian.
In Mexico, it was a big war to separate state from church. It was a big war. Benito Juarez won, right?
Yeah.
And now, this president who is the one who says that his biggest hero is Benito Juarez is the one bringing back religion. He's mentioning.
Yeah, the one that lent el Palacio de Bellas Artes a los pedófilos de la Iglesia de la Luz.
No, there was this speech that he was giving about COVID, and he said that he was safe, that he was wearing no mask because he was protected, and he took out escapulario. It's one of these like little stamps with saints.
Okay, yeah.
He says, the people gives me this. Look, watch. He goes reaches for the wallet and he goes, look.
And he took a while because he's low as fuck.
It's right here. It's right here.
AAA card.
No, well, no, just
Y se
whatever.
me poncha la llanta, yo estoy salvado.
He's the one.
Una de estas.
Es un.
One of those.
Oh, this guy.
Mira,
Es un
mira.
detente.
Look, the atheist.
Ándale, un detente, güey. El
The
detente.
I
atheist.
have this because this guy is San Lorenzo, and he was roasted. See that thing there? It's a grill.
Okay.
And when they roasted him, he says, "Turn me around. I'm well done on this side."
Okay. All right.
Roasting meat.
I thought you were a fan
That's
of the soccer
beautiful.
team in Argentina, San Lorenzo.
And so he's the saint patron of comics.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
I didn't know that.
San Lorenzo.
Why?
Yo
Because he
la
got
neta,
broke?
el que
he got
tengo aquí de
broke?
patrón de cómico es este güey.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, dude. The dictator, the great dictator. That movie was awesome,
Ándale.
dude.
Yeah. Love this motherfucker.
All of his movies are freaking great, dude. Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy the
Yeah,
way.
it's just the way everything and everybody's getting offended by everything is just getting out of hand. And again, take it up to the biggest fucking pedophile institution, which is the Catholic Church.
You know, it's funny because I always think Mexico has always been known for taking American films or TV shows and making like a Mexican version. And I feel like they did that. I feel like Peña Nieto was the Mexican version of George W. Bush. And then, and now this guy, AMLO, is the fucking Mexican version of Donald Trump, man.
No.
Yeah, he
no,
is.
No,
Yeah, he is.
no,
He
not
says
at all.
dumb
Not at all.
shit.
I'm gonna
Dude,
tell you.
that's a
I'm gonna
let me tell you
why
one thing.
he is.
Let me tell you one thing. Trump
not a-
says what he says, what he thinks, and what he says. Sometimes people says that he says the stupidest things because he's actually onto something. First of all, second of all, because the way people, if you hear what they say about him all the fucking time, what they've tried to pin on him, how many times they've been in court and everything, nothing sticks to the guy. They hate him. Okay, and what AMLO says in the morning, every morning for 2 hours, is just flat out ridiculous.
Really?
I mean,
So
yeah,
put yourself, put an IV of Lysol in your fucking blood, in your veins?
Exactly.
That's not stupid?
hold on.
That's what I
Now
wanted
yesterday,
to say.
it comes out yesterday that the light, it is the light, the UV light, it is a thing, okay? It came out yesterday.
Oh, the
Finally,
UV
they
light,
said,
yeah.
Yes,
But
okay?
not
And
Lysol.
the one that was lying at the beginning not lying, he never, okay, show me the video where he says Lysol.
Did he
And I
say
give you
Lysol?
$1,000 right now. If you produce a video where he says inject or consume Lysol, okay, or bleach, like Chumel kept fucking saying, okay, I give you fucking $5,000 right now.
I'll look for it.
I'll look for it.
No,
I got a
right.
video of Geraldo Rivera saying if you can hold your breath for 10 seconds, you don't have the COVID. You don't have the COVID.
I mean, that fucking injerto de Magnum PI. Digo,
I'm gonna tell you what's similar with Trump and AMLO. Both
Mhm.
of them are relying on stupid people. That's their big voters, right?
But you know what? I know some of the smartest people and the richest people that I know are for Trump.
They do exist. Here also. That's not the point. The big gross thing of voters are stupid people. And he has been campaigning for years. He was wrestling. He did reality TV.
Yeah.
It has to be more of
No,
a
that's fine.
celebrity
No,
than a
that's fine
politician.
because that's what he. But that's what he grew up. He
AMLO
grew
is
up
the
being in
same.
reality.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish. Go on.
Okay.
AMLO is the same. He's just been working for decades to make him like some kind of a star among the most ignorant people in the country, which are the majority, right?
The poor people, too.
He
Okay,
said
I
the
understand.
things that we think are incredibly stupid, they resonate in the head of those people. They resonate hard. He's like a deity. You know,
That's why Trump talks to
people
his base
fucking
too, because there's a lot of people that want to talk
Exactly.
normal.
if you ask someone, do dogs lay eggs? An AMLO supporter will say, of course not. But AMLO said it, well, it depends on the race of the dog. How do you say raza?
The breed.
The race,
The breed.
the breed.
It depends
The
on the
race, the
breed,
breed,
they will
uh-huh.
say.
But that's
That-
what so let me tell you something. This is the big. I read this somewhere today.
I know, but you guys kept going, and no,
you
none of you
support-
can
do you
tell me-
support Trump because of his moral stance, or do you support Trump because he's a Republican? And that's the question you got to ask most people. Is it because of his moral stance? Because he has no morals, bro. He has
I want to say most people when they choose a person like a president, it's like on a one issue. Like it's just one issue.
One
it's
issue.
Like, it's one issue. It's not
Yeah,
the whole.
And it's the wall. It's Mexico.
It's
That's
the
fucking
wall, or
that's the majority of Trump
abortions, or
It can be the
immigration,
wall. It can be immigration. It can be anything.
Yeah,
It can be anything.
It's like one issue, and that's what they go
But
off.
you're a stupid fuck for falling for that wall shit. You're a dumb fuck because they ain't gonna build the look. If he wants a ball,
He said one way or another, Mexico will pay for it. And guess what happened? Guess what happened about a year ago when the big caravans started coming up? Who did he order? Get the fucking National Guard when they were gonna estrenarla en las calles. They la estrenaron, pero aquí en la frontera, 27,000 fucking
That's
National
another
Guard.
of the
You know how much that cost?
contradictions of Andrés Manuel López Obrador. This fuck really did that. He sent the National Guard to protect the border from us to them.
Yeah.
No, it's not working for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. And that's some under the table deal he did.
He's a puppet. He's a puppet. He's a puppet. He's a puppet.
He's not completely a puppet. He still supports Venezuela, you know?
yeah.
Most of his party do.
Oh, of course he does completely, yeah.
So is he turning Mexico into Venezuela?
Y la Jade Cole Polenski.
No, that's not possible. But he's sure trying.
Is he? So, but I haven't heard anything about the narcos. Has he calmed that down or what?
No,
He's clearly working with the Sinaloa cartel. When
Really?
they were going to apprehend the son of El Chapo, they let him go, just like that.
Who? Oh, the Chapo's son.
Chapo's son was
of Chapo, yeah, they let him go.
They had him, and then the cartel started shooting, and there were trucks in the streets, heavily armored, and they didn't fight for it. AMLO said that he rather not have a massacre than keeping him in jail. But then he went on a tour.
Deviated so much from that.
And he went and said, and he gave a handshake to Chapo's mom in public.
Chapo's mom?
Yeah, he runs into the mom. He ran into her.
And they
on some rural.
Yeah,
on some
I saw that video.
Road.
And then I don't know, his assistant was trying to like, hey, you got to move over here, hurry up. Like trying to move him up, like, all right, high and by.
He's in line with them, and that's a work of power from the cartel. That's look at this.
Hasn't every president
on our side?
Hasn't every president been assigned aligned with the Sinaloa cartel?
Yeah, but not publicly.
Well, now we know that Peña Nieto received $250 million cash from El Chapo.
Really?
And it's much more.
It's not proven, but
of course.
250 million?
I don't doubt it.
Well, it's not proven. It's not proven, but dude, El Chapo's saying that in a fucking New York City court.
I know.
Against the ex-president, okay? Do you wonder why they don't mention, they always go against Calderon? Okay? They don't go against.
Go ahead.
They don't go against Peña Nieto. AMLO never mentions fucking Peña Nieto. Never. Ya hasta le pusieron el comandante Borolas. Okay? He is the one who says, do not be divisive, do not be this, do not be that. See, and he's the one that divides the whole country. Okay? Now, what happens here? They want to open up a case against him. Okay? What happens?
Nothing.
It pauses.
It
freezes up. The government's frozen.
Okay. No, motherfucker. Okay. When now the AMLO is trying to fuck with Calderon, what did he do? He went and told Manuel Ebrard, ¿se apellida Ebrard o cómo se llama?
Marcelo Ebrard,
perdón, que abriera un caso en contra del Rápido y Furioso, de cuando estaba aquí, mandaron las armas para allá, que estaba a cargo del
hey man, if I want to see Frozen, I'll just
Calderon.
put Disney Plus on, bro.
Are you serious? Am I freezing again still?
Yeah.
This is
really.
I like the way you just turn it left, right.
We call it transición pactada, agreed transition.
Exactamente.
Mexico's
free gives power to Morena, and all the pre-crooks are fucking free. Peña Nieto is living the fucking big life, traveling the world with a beautiful new model that he just married.
So he divorced ¿Y divorced
First one.
Gaviota?
yeah,
¿Y
of
divorced la
course.
Gaviota?
He's in Spain, bro.
No,
He's in
a la
Spain.
gaviota ya la mandó a la verga y anda con una que está deliciosa.
Es un bombón de niña, es una puta, es un modelote, güey. She's like, what,
Viviendo la vida
19 or
chingón.
20?
And this fucking asshole is every day on his press conference saying shit about PAN, which
Calderón.
is the party that would be the right. And he's fucking telling people these are the bad guys, these are the neoliberals. They need the.
But he never goes for them. Why doesn't he go after them?
Doing
Horacio?
also, and he's not mentioning anything about the previous term that was the fucking paradise for corruption. They
Horacio,
stole
as a law
everything.
representative.
He's not saying
a law
a word about that.
Damn. So you're saying AMLO doesn't say shit about
Representative Horacio.
He doesn't
Not at all.
say shit about any PRI.
Damn. Well, he used
You
to be
as
a
a
priista.
law-
He used to be a
Of
priista,
course.
right? But he
No,
could
a
never-
PRD.
No, but before that, he was from the
El
PRI.
priista, luego PRD. Y
AMLO
ahorita
was
ya-
PRI, yes. He started
Yes, he was super
in
PRI.
Tabasco with PRI.
With Salinas.
Then he joined PRD, and then they were fighting for the power of the country, of the party, because he was running again for president. Not the whole of the party wanted him to go, and he just created a new party, and that's the one that fucking rules most of Mexico now, Morena.
Señor licenciado, if you have been working on a case for 20 years and you know exactly who the crooked people are, and you know who exactly is robbing and taking money away from the banking industry, from Pemex, from all the public resources and everything, for 20 years you know already, and you keep telling the people, let me get in there because I will clean up the house, I know how to do it. Once he gets there and starts just blaming and not doing anything, how come
For 2
he cannot
years.
go after them? How can he cannot go after them legally if he knows who they are and what they did? I just riddle me that you legally. How can he not go after them if he knows already?
Maybe it's statute of limitations.
Is the immunity is the political immunity a thing still for every president still after they leave charge?
So Peña Nieto got accused of a lot of shit, or what?
He hasn't been accused legally.
No, not legally. No.
So, but
And when they ask the president if there's a legal,
He's not
if
even
there's a
mentioned
legal-
in these speeches where
No.
he's blaming previous administrations. He's not mentioned ever.
but
Back to PAN.
but are there rumors? Are there rumors of accusations
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
no, listen, let me finish, dude. Are there rumors of accusations that if they came forward, he could go to jail for
Absolutely.
Peña Nieto?
Lo de Odebrecht.
Lo de Odebrecht, sí,
What
güey.
is
Lo
that?
de Odebrecht es multi.
So
His campaign for president was seriously funded by Odebrecht, and he got a lot of money from them. His wife got up. Well, they were saying that it was his wife's house.
$20 million home?
In the
Mhm.
most expensive zone of the city. He has like a fucking ridiculous mansion, and it's proven that it was previously owned by Odebrecht.
Who's that?
Damn.
It's
Odebrecht.
a
And
big
they
company.
criticize that.
Huh? Who's Odebrecht? Who's that?
It's a company, a huge company.
Los de Brasil, no?
Been in scandals in Brazil, in a lot of countries.
They have to do with oil. With oil, they do cleanups,
Persecuted.
sea oil cleanups and shit like that.
Oil spills. They clean up oil spills.
Oil stuff, yeah, oil
Wow.
shit they do. If I'm not mistaken.
I remember that big deal about La Gaviota got a $20 million home, and she said she bought it with novela money. Remember
And
she
people
said
keep
that?
saying that we didn't complain. People keep saying that we never said anything. We always did. But this motherfucker always hide. He always did everything on the down low. He didn't come out for 2 hours with the press in front of him like AMLO.
No, here, I got a
That's why
question
we're-
for you. I got a question
You know.
for you.
What?
So, do you think Salinas de Gortari is still pulling the strings, even on AMLO?
Absolutely.
On AMLO?
No, not with AMLO.
No?
Somehow, yes.
You think so?
Well,
He
through
doesn't look like a
Carlos
big
Slim.
figure as he used to be, but he still has a lot of influencia and.
But he's
and a lot of
free.
power in Mexico.
But he's free. I mean, you would
Doesn't
think
matter.
he
He's
would,
the boss.
but he's free. He doesn't.
You have to look at the cabinet,
The
the
chart,
minute.
uh-huh.
How do you say that? El gabinete de gobierno de
in the
AMLO.
cabinet.
Yeah,
There-
the
There are a
cabinet.
lot of ex-priistas there, like a lot.
All of them. Barlet, Now it's okay for Bartlett to own that.
Bartlett fue
all those
gobernador
houses?
he was the governor of Puebla for PRI. He was Secretary of State before Salinas. That's what made Salinas won. Bartlett. He tricked the election. They never proved it, but it's fucking obvious.
Damn.
And now he's Morena. It's ridiculous.
Damn, Jose.
And it's not AMLO. And it's not AMLO that I hate AMLO. I promise
Hey, Jose.
you. Not because...
And here we're worried because Jose Huizar got caught with $130,000 in his closet.
Yes.
One of the local representatives just got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
His family's from Zacatecas, but he's an area resident of District 1 in Los Angeles, and he just got busted for receiving $250,000 in chips in Las Vegas. They have him on camera to push a project forward for a guy to build something in downtown LA, and the city council got together and voted him out, and they just brought RICO charges against him. So yeah, dude, and I know him. Dude, I did a show for the guy. So
really?
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Jose Huizar, and he's
Jose Huizar,
doesn't look good, bro. Doesn't look good for him. And it had to be a Mexicano. God damn it.
But dude, let me say something. If we know the governments are the same, and now we know that this administration is no better than the last one, and this guy is flying with this bandera austera, where he tells you that only eat rice and beans, do not aspire to fancy food, and if you have a carrito that takes you from here to there.
Yeah.
He said that? AMLO, just eat rice and beans, forget about having steak? What the fuck does he eat?
No, he said this is.
I heard that like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
What does he eat?
Yeah, in Venezuela. Exactly. He quoted actually Maduro, and it's a side-to-side video with Maduro saying the exact same fucking thing. He says, pues hoy en día ya hay que comer frijolitos y arroz. Eso de las comidas exóticas, ya no es bueno, dice. Hay que ser austero. Tienes un pantalón, dos.
What does that word mean, austero? What's austero? What is that? Humble? Humble?
No, hell no.
It's not humble. It's like you just have to use what you need.
Austerity.
Because I heard him say that when they were coming to the border, Central Americans were coming to the border, and they were complaining. It's like, oh, they're not going to let us cross. All they're giving us is beans and tortillas. Oh, yeah. And then he got on saying, it's like, well, what's wrong with beans and tortillas?
That was pig's food. They said, South American, they said, that's pig's food.
Yeah.
She was from El Salvador, and she really thought that beans only were cattle food. She really thought it. Think that. And she thought that
austere, Cisco, austere,
and she was outraged, and she was demonized in all the social media.
I heard that was all bullshit.
She really knew in her world that that's only eaten by animals. That's how she grew.
And he said, and he finished that. He finished his speech on that subject right there by saying this. After the car and only having 1 or 2 pairs of jeans, you don't need more, he says. Leave out. When the guy lives in the National Palace, not even in the White House de los Pinos que tiene que vivir, se fue al Palacio Nacional. At them gorgeous place. He lives there. And then he says,
turned those Pinos into a museum. That's like getting out of the White House to living in a bigger palace.
Yeah, to go to the fucking Smithsonian fucking... Oh, God, this guy.
You live by Los Pinos, don't you?
It's like 2 blocks away from here.
Right? I know. That's what I thought. I didn't think you were too.
He said, because nowadays, people with money, you see people with money now, and you're like, you don't want to get close to them. Remember that? Like if it's a disease, it's bad.
We killed a guy here in Jalisco. The cops just took him for not having a mask outside, and he appeared dead. And there were some riots, and one of those riots went to Polanco, which is a high-class neighborhood, right?
Beverly Hills.
And they were
graffitiing
the buildings, were deluxe apartments, and they were writing "Cállate Blanco," shut up, white guy, and rateros and whatnot. he just created this fiction that if you have money, you're a bad guy. There is no way that you have money if you haven't been stealing.
Wow.
That's his speech, and a lot of people are buying the whole thing.
Damn,
He's dividing Mexican people.
Yeah, he's navigating with that flag, dividing people, segregating it, and selling this stupid fucking snake oil.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, he said something, or somebody said, or somebody that spray painted in Polanco and said that you stare at us through your windows. You stare at the rest of the country through your windows and look down on us.
See, dude.
But let me tell you something. Isn't it true? Isn't it like really? Isn't it true though?
Yeah, it is.
Of course, there's bad people living there because there are politicians living there. El Baester lives there. El Baester Gordillo was a fucking like Jimmy Hoffa of the teachers union.
Damn.
She was huge.
Listen, Horacio, at least.
I thought it was Gordillo. I thought it was Gordillo. The lady.
Baester Gordillo.
Oh, that's her. That's the lady, right? She still lives in Polanco?
Yeah.
Even Donald
Trump. They gave her all her stuff back.
No, even Donald Trump, when he did that, the photo op in front of the church with the protest in front of the White House. Once he did that, and he went back inside the White House. He turned off all the lights, and then he just kind of hid in his was hiding in his bedroom.
The Secret Service took him to the bunker, and it's protocol. Why? Because all the rioters got way too close to the White House.
Okay, that's protocol.
That's what it was. So he didn't go hide. Okay, and honestly, this president goes around the world. And it goes and sits down with fucking Kim Jong-un, with da-da-da-da. He goes to the world, to the climate change and tells them to fuck up. Okay, he's a wreck if you want. Por lo menos sale y da la cara. This guy doesn't even leave. He just goes to Macuspana. Vamos a ir a Yucatán este fin de semana.
That's not true. He hasn't left Mexico. Everywhere. He goes everywhere.
Not out of Mexico.
He's out on the road again. They didn't want to let him because of COVID, and he fucking pushed, and he's out again. And he's been everywhere in the country.
Just in Mexico. That's it. The guy's afraid to leave Mexico.
Listen to me. That argument that you just said that at least he shows up for Trump, that's what people says about AMLO here. The same.
He doesn't go nowhere.
Everywhere.
He goes to his fucking neighborhoods where he's liked.
Hold on.
He was to Juarez. He was everywhere.
Hold on. But Trump came out and called the governors cowards for not standing up to the protesters, but then he goes and hides. Did he call them protesters or rioters?
Yes, he did.
The
fucking Secret Service took him to the bunker because the rioters got too close to the White House. And look it up.
And stand up to him. Come out and stand up to him.
For what?
Talks all that shit.
You saw what they did? You saw what they did?
He talks all that shit. Hey,
that same energy he had this weekend at the convention, it should have been the same energy he had that day too.
Exactly. Thank you.
You got to keep the same energy.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No.
If he comes out and does something, he's a racist.
If you call out governors, call out governors and call them cowards for not shutting down riots, but then you go and hide in a bunker.
Okay, that's a section of the video that you saw. He did say that. But did you see the before? He says, I am condemning fuck, I lost my train of thought. Jesus Christ.
He's condemning the rioters.
No, he's condemning the governors, you say, because they stood up to the rioters and all this stuff.
No, because they didn't.
Because they didn't. But you know why? Because they said it's okay for them to riot and loot, but you have to now stay with your mask and you have to stay in your house. Those were the same guys that told you to stay at your house, and all of a sudden it was okay to go out and protest and break down the city because they burned the cities down. I understand the outrage. I understand all of that. I understand everything. But did you see all the small business owners being killed by protesters, being stomped in their fucking head because they were protecting their business that they built?
I saw one or two. I didn't see all of them.
No, I got like 15 videos, man. I'll fucking send them to you, man. Because I watch other news. Again, if we only watch selective things.
No, it's not selective things, bro. It's not selective things. Here's my thing.
Again, you guys cannot.
Go Cisco, and then I got something to say too.
I'm not justifying them killing those store owners, but if there's an angry mob they came out. Those store owners came out and protected their shit. They didn't go hide in a bunker.
You know
They
who
got
didn't riot?
killed.
You know who didn't riot?
Okay.
You know who didn't riot?
Who?
Business owners, fathers, mothers, people that we have a job and we have a life. We didn't riot. You guys didn't riot because you have a life.
We didn't get hung from trees and get shot and killed like animals, bro.
I understand.
That fucking
I'm
get
not
that
saying-
father and son shot that fucking guy
I
in
know.
Atlanta,
I saw
Georgia,
that. I
hunted his
know it's
ass
horrible.
down.
I'm not. But I'm not condoning that at any given point.
Mauricio,
Not at all.
again, that argument was also used with the feminist protest here in Mexico, and they also did a lot of destruction, and they also hit a lot of businesses. And that argument was also used. Here's the thing: black
With
people
the
in
women
America,
there, I understand right there.
Black America
right there.
has never been stopped being mistreated by police. Never.
Never.
If you see the videos,
And
who's rioting and looting?
But here's the thing. So if we're
Asians and
Hey,
white.
hold on. Let
Listen,
Horacio
let me
make
finish.
his point, and then
Yeah. They have never been stopped being mistreated, right? So you have to get to an extreme to finally go on, fuck it, we need this to stop fucking now. This has been going forever.
Mhm.
That's when you can be in favor of something so radical, because they were invisible in the justice system, you know?
I understand.
And-
I
and
understand
something
that.
else-
Either in jail
and-
or getting beaten up.
And something else, working off the radical, working off two extremes, it's like, okay, we got the American flag burning and we got a black person burning. Let's go put out the American flag. No, it's just an object. This business is just an object. This is a human life that's not going to get replaced. Thank goodness that Target
And we
has
have
health, has like, this business insurance. Maybe not all the mom and pops have it, but if you're within your community and my dad had a business in East LA during the riots, and his business didn't get busted in, not only because it was in East LA, but because he was in the community. If this is just like a Target or a freaking Food for Less, something that, people actually are going to want to go and get, supplies for, or, a CVS for insulin or medication, I can totally
they went for
understand.
TVs. They went for flat screen TVs and
Yeah,
Nike,
true.
bro.
Okay.
And Patagonias and people that didn't even fucking surf, they were taking surfboards in Santa Monica. Okay.
And you know what? Let them take it all. Don't take a life.
Yeah, fuck the
That's fine.
looters. Look, man, fuck the
That's
looters.
fine. But let me.
But
I'm not against. It's super racist what's going on and everything. But don't you guys think for a minute, okay? I see what's going on and everything. But now let's look at the other side of the fucking coin. Let's say that really George Soros is founding Antifa, okay? Elections are coming up. They've been trying to pin everything on Trump because he said that the deep state, he's draining the fucking deep state, okay? He did say what John F. Kennedy got killed for, which he said that he was going to pulverize the entities of the CIA and the FBI, which Trump said the exact same fucking thing. He's got his own money. He doesn't depend on all those rich guys, which they hate that, okay? Bear with me for a minute here. And then don't you think that really, okay, now we know the Chauvin, el policía que mató al negro, trabajaron juntos, se conocían ya por 20 años? Trabajaban en el rodeo. The owner of the rodeo, that guy, he has been linked to child
Trafficking?
Trafficking and human trafficking, also prostitution. Those two guys, at some point, el policía y el negro, they work together at el rodeo. Look it up.
I already know that.
Look it
I know
up,
they didn't work together. They said they don't even know.
They were slinging kids,
Where did you read that
kids
about
to the whole thing that they
about
hope
human
it's a
trafficking?
gate.
Yeah, see, I never heard of it.
But going back to what you said, Trump doesn't have his own money. He is sponsored.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But not by the deep state, not by the funding typical guys that fund the people that stay to put the fucking president in place.
But what about, dude? What about? Okay, but let's go. What about?
But I was saying about Soros.
What about the
I
other?
was saying about Soros. Espérame. I was saying about Soros. You guys don't think that this can be actually be fabricated? I mean, really, this guy 9.5 minutes with.
No, it's on video.
I'm not saying that he didn't kill him. He killed him. I know.
Okay.
Listen, listen to what I'm gonna say. Now that it was made up, staged. No, it was real. But this is what I'm thinking. It happened. They said we need to cause a fucking big fucking mess. What are we gonna do? Okay, we gotta kill another black guy. How? We gotta do it like this and like that and like that. Make sure that they see you. Make sure that. Okay, That was the perfect opportunity. It happened. The guy's taken care of right now. Do you know that no one watches that guy but white guards in jail? He's protected.
No,
He's gonna get like Epstein.
well, one of the guys who didn't have his hand, who wasn't on George
They
Floyd
caught him on fucking
At the
Sam's or whatever.
at Cub supermarket. Yeah, I saw that. You saw that too. But
Costco.
What
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
I didn't hear about that. What happened?
yeah,
The black guy.
somebody,
the black guy
and by
that,
somebody I mean the
what's the top of
sponsors,
the
the
guy?
same sponsors as Trump, bailed this guy out. Whether it's a police union or somebody else, bailed this guy out. Going back to what Mauricio said
Not Trump.
earlier
Trump
about
didn't bail him out.
They didn't bail him out.
Trump
No,
bailed him out.
No,
he's out on bail.
no. Somebody who
I
gave
know,
money to Trump.
Trump bailed him out.
No, somebody
No. Somebody who, the same people that support Trump probably bailed him out. And if it wasn't
Probably.
those,
Okay,
and,
allegedly.
and if it wasn't them, then it was probably the police union who bailed him out.
Huh.
And if it wasn't the police union, then it was probably the same people who bought the same gun from George Zimmerman that killed Trayvon Martin, or probably the same people that buy the Skittles that George Zimmerman signs off for.
Or the people they just gave $175 million to the Black Lives Matter movement to become a political party.
True, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is a movement, and they took advantage of this. Now they adopted the Browns Lives Matter now. That was a big no. Wait, era ilegal decir eso.
What, the Black Lives Matter movement adopted the Brown Lives Matter movement?
Yes, they did.
Oh, because of the
sir.
kid that just got killed in Compton, right?
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But okay, but the one thing I do want to say about that George
paisas.
Floyd video is, when you watch that video, whether it's fabricated, whether it's whether it's the what's his name, Jim Carrey, whether it's Jim Carrey. The thing I want to say is, when you watch that video, your humanity or your empathy has to come out when you watch that video.
My heart dropped.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say, bro. Here's what I'm going to say. This country was built by white people for white people. And that's a fucking fact, all right? What the fuck do we benefit by siding with those motherfuckers? How do we benefit? Show me what benefit we get by siding with them. By saying, this is a hoax. By saying this is a hoax and Republicans didn't do anything wrong. How do we benefit?
I didn't say that this is a
people start to, you think white people are going to, thank you for siding with us. Now you don't have to fucking live in the ghetto. Now you can fuck no. You know what happened?
I said it earlier.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, because I have a friend, a friend who was in the military, same fucking exact, he was in the military, came out this big Republican, pro-Republican.
I'm not Republican, okay?
No, but listen. But I'm gonna tell you. But no, I'm gonna tell you because he's.
I'm not the typical Mexican. No.
But listen, he says the same shit. He says the same shit, and he was dating a white girl. He moved into Temecula, like this big white neighborhood.
The same shit.
And they slashed his tires and told him, "You spick, get the fuck out of our neighborhood.
Yeah,
you and your spick-loving girlfriend." Okay, so how do we? So
that's a homeowners association right there.
Thank you. But so how do we? When we start defending the actions of those who do the oppressing, how the fuck do we benefit? Because
you get the feeling of being an oppressor at that point.
Because when I see signs that say Latinos for Trump, that really boils my fucking blood. Because how the fuck do you benefit? You're just a fucking monkey to this motherfucker. That's all you are. You're a monkey.
To anybody in government. To anybody in government.
Nah, bro. Race has a lot to do.
I know. If we want to,
I'm not anti-white. I'm not anti-white.
But if
I'll be honest with you. I can't stand.
I like everybody to fucking
listen. I can't stand those far left white liberal motherfuckers either, because they are phony as fuck. They are the fakest.
Horrible. They're horrible.
They'll be there. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. But if they were to walk in front of a black person in the middle of the night, they'll grab their purse, get their cell phone, like that lady in the park. Like that lady in the park. Like that lady in the park that called the fucking cops on them. So they're both the same fucking people. But
absolutely.
But there are. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna judge people because of the race.
Cisco, el pinche gobierno
but the
is
majority. But they don't ever ask a white person to empathize with you, because they can't, bro. They can't.
No,
dude,
I'm not saying.
I remember this person saying, I said, I grew up in a Latino neighborhood, and her fucking response was, wow, it must have been hard. I'm like, why, bitch? Why was it hard? Because it was mostly predominantly Latino. I didn't even say
I'll
that.
tell you one thing.
I didn't say
I'll tell
which
you one thing.
neighborhood. She
My
said
girlfriend,
that. Which
you
girlfriend?
know her. Cuban, de Jalisco, con papá cubano, grew up in Huntington Park.
Yeah.
Okay? She saw around herself. She's like, okay. And Huntington Park at that time, it was white, pretty white.
Yeah,
you know,
white people, yeah.
But it started, all of a sudden, it started being Latino. So it started getting a little dirtier.
But why did it get Latino? Why did it get Latino?
I don't know.
Because the white people didn't want to live by us. That's why they left. They sold and left.
Fine. That's fine. But what drives a girl that grew up with both of her parents not supporting what she does, her becoming a fucking bankruptcy lawyer, graduated from Loyola, and moving out of Huntington Park into Santa Monica? What drives a person to do that? Not because now she's not like, oh, I'm white. No. I love Huntington. My family, I'm this, I'm that. Pero yo no podía. I was not gonna do what I do if I stay there.
Because it's
the
not
same
about
thing in Mexico.
It's not about the society. It's about them. It's
yeah, because I mean, when you mention Loyola, the first thing that pops into my head is they got money.
Your people.
No. Let me tell you one thing. She earned her fucking credits there. Okay, it's up to the individual. I moved out of Mexico for a reason. If I'd never moved out of Mexico, I would have never worked for Boeing. I wouldn't have been making fucking machines for extraction. I would not be in the industry that I am. I would not be talking to you guys right now.
I don't give a fuck about none of that, because none of that shit's going to be saying your tombstone. It's going to say you were a great son or you were a great person and how long you lived. And that's it. Yeah. That's all it's going to say. And fucking.
And what good you did in this world.
It's not going to say what neighborhood you lived in, what car you drove, who you fucked. It's not going to say, it's going to say great son, great father, great brother, great nephew.
That's why I don't care about religions
and how not many years
political parties, associations. I don't care about any of those because that drags you to be a certain kind. If
people who base their success on material shit or what's looked as how do you want to,
or even like being part of a group.
Yeah, people who base their success on that have low self-esteem, bro.
Absolutely.
Low self-esteem.
They don't love
no
themselves.
identity.
The brown person, the Chicano, the Mexican, is the worst self-loathing person ever. We hate ourselves. We grew up hating ourselves because we want to be.
They told us that.
Because we
watched TV. Educated and manipulated to hate ourselves.
Exactly.
For 500 years. And then the people who got stuck in the state, when that part of Mexico became the United States, they were ashamed of who they were. They stopped speaking Spanish. Most of them changed their names also. And they're still ashamed of it. But we were programmed. Tony. We were programmed to be ashamed of ourselves. Listen, that's part of the fucking conquista.
It's like when I meet somebody and su apellido is Guillen, but they say my last name is Gillen.
Gillen. I'm Gillen. Like, no, it's Guillen.
Motherfucker, it's Guillen. The fuck
like, what's up, Jaime? No, it's Jamie.
Jamie Gillen.
Okay, imagínate que me llamara Facundo, güey, ¿cómo me van a decir?
No, I'm just saying, like, look, dude, and it's fuck. This is the Mexican American. Look, dude, this is the Mexican American.
Like on the white people.
This is the Mexican American dilemma, and I fucking hate the term Mexican American. I fucking
see. But listen, I just saw.
Listen. This is the dilemma with the Mexican American.
We shouldn't even be calling that ourselves.
We don't.
Not at all.
We're here. Here, you look. When I was a little kid, I think we talked about this. When I was a little kid growing up, I thought I was American. I said I would look at TV. Listen, I would watch TV, and I would say, "Oh, Peter Brady. Oh, Peter Brady is like me. We're American. You know, the Brady Bunch. You know, like all these characters. We're the same. We're American." As you grow up, you realize there's a different America for them than there is for me. It's a different America and shit.
Mexico, we grew up thinking that America is the continent that we live in, not the United States.
It
Nosotros le
is,
llamamos
but it is.
los Estados Unidos.
Yeah,
Y son los americanos porque ustedes because you're self-proclaimed Americans. No, everybody that lives in America is an American.
But listen, so as I got older, I said, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck them. I'm Mexican, man. Then I went to Mexico. Yeah. ¿Y qué eres tú? No, pues yo soy mexicano. Sí, ¿dónde naciste?
Pocho, güey.
Los Ángeles. Tú no eres mexicano. Tú eres pocho. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So now I'm not Mexican either. I'm not American. What the fuck am I?
My family came from Lebanon. Now I'm not Lebanese enough.
yeah,
I'm not
right.
Mexican enough.
Man, you're fucked. You're not
Van a poner en la pinche lista
Eres
de
árabe, güey.
terroristas. Van a deportar, güey. Una de dos, güey.
What do you call it? Your donkeys have humps.
Donkeys have humps, my man.
Con jorobas, güey, no shit.
Tus burros tienen jorobas, güey.
Oh my God.
You can have that. You can have that joke, bro. You can have that joke.
I'm so Arab and Mexican Arab that my fucking donkeys have fucking humps.
But you know what I'm saying?
Have jorobas.
So
how about we stop talking about fucking politics and we start talking about
it's all right.
mushrooms
It's
and
good
LSD.
though.
And LSD.
Look, it's funny because I always felt the thing that was the ¿cómo se dice?
I like it when people get uncomfortable or people, start, expressing themselves or yeah, I like it when
the Mexican people. I always thought the Mexican people thought that we thought that we're better because we're born in the United States, but that's not. I mean, that's not true. We don't.
Again,
we
all the hating that I've gotten in this country.
Dude, we get a lot of attitude
from my people.
From what?
We get a lot of attitude from people who are pochos. Yes.
Attitude?
Yeah.
So it's a bad experience with pochos.
Yeah, because when we cross the border and there's a Mexican official,
we get treated the same.
We get treated the worst. They're the fucking worst against Mexicans.
I agree with you.
You guys are agreeing with me to my point that I made, right, Carlos?
Cisco, when we went to Venice Beach, a policeman stopped me because I was smoking a cigarette. I didn't know that you couldn't smoke outside. And his T-shirt said Ortiz. He was just a bike cop.
And I gave you shit, right?
And he voted for Trump. He
heard his fucking.
He was brown. He had a little mustache. He was totally Mexican for my eyes.
Yeah.
Totally Mexican.
He just wanted to give him shit.
Spanish with him, and he was offended.
But see,
of course.
Those are the. But listen.
I don't speak Spanish.
But this is what Latinos do, man. That's what I'm saying with self-loathing people. You know what they do? You know what Latinos do? They move out of the community and all they do is talk shit about the community that they left. And all they do is talk shit. Yeah, those fucking ignorant fucks, and they're dirty, and they don't take care of this. They fucking stay and help change that. How about that? Why don't you stay and make a difference?
That's exactly what I said earlier. I've never in 20 years got hating from any race but my own here in this country. In Mexico, that's why I even made a post the other day. They got some fucking noise because I said, Mexico is the racist country I know.
Oh yeah, because I remember saying hay negros en Mexico, and I remember the Mexican. No, digas eso. I'm like, what the fuck? What's that?
O sea, el negro, el güero, el naco, el fresa.
Yeah.
Son cuatro nada más, güey. No veo más.
I don't know about the most racist because they beat the shit out of everybody over there. The cops.
No, I know.
Whoever.
But now it's a thing. But before, when I was little, that was a permanent thing. Even me carrying my last name Ahued, just to be in Ahued with not much fucking money like my family was expected to have.
Yeah.
It was like, estás jodido, vete a la verga, güey.
Okay, wait.
Espérate, güey.
So you think it's more racist than the United States?
Hijo de la chingada.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you think it is,
in what time?
Hold on. I was gonna say, then let's drive to the south. Let's drive to the south, but don't wear that fucking hat and see how you get treated. And see how you get treated.
I wouldn't wear the hat either, bro.
No. Don't wear the hat that says "Make America."
No.
Wear it through the South, through Alabama, Mississippi, and see how they treat you.
I wore it a couple times only. I wore it a couple
I
times
was in
only. I bought
Beaumont,
it till I
Texas.
got to Kentucky.
I was in
I wore
Beaumont,
it till I got to
Texas.
Kentucky.
I was in Beaumont, Texas, doing a show.
Yeah.
This is the date. I remember this is the date De La Hoya fought Floyd Mayweather, and I was there. And they told me, whatever you do after the show, go straight to the hotel. Don't go east. I think east, or I don't remember if it was east. Don't go east and don't go south and don't stop. If you decide to leave, don't stop, because that's a sundown town. Like, so I mean, when the sunset town. So when the sun sets, if you're not white, you better not be in sight.
Dude,
Biter,
no
Texas.
tienes que ser blanco.
KKK.
Vete al
all
Chopo
KKK.
o vete a Nesa, okay? You get fucked up.
Wait,
There's
Nessa?
places that you know you don't fucking go. There's places that you don't go.
Yeah, but Nessa, they fuck anybody up. It's not because of your race.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like
They're equal opportunity
sure.
jackers. They're equal opportunity jackers. They'll jack anybody.
That happens everywhere in the world. You don't go to dangerous
certain places.
Iztapalapa.
You know, you
go to
don't.
Iztapalapa.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't go to Iztapalapa with your BMW and fucking park it in front of
No,
an
you
auto
don't.
in the middle of the night.
Dude, I went with Carlos Vallarta to Berlin. We went to Berlin and we were walking in the streets, drinking in the streets. There was crazy people living outside, talking shit to us. Nobody gave a fuck. Everyone just feels safe. We walked everywhere in Berlin.
Really?
Can we fucking be like
There
that?
was this crazy
In
guy
Berlin? In Berlin is fucking
started
Germany.
walking with us and screaming shit. I don't speak anything in German, so I couldn't understand. It was like panicking, like, what the fuck? And these guys were still drinking and walking slowly, and just don't speak to him. That's it.
So,
And Germans are racist. Oh my God.
well, that's American
changed.
propaganda.
That has
Bro.
changed.
American propaganda. They fucking burn Jews, bro.
Okay, but not all of them, man. It wasn't
Not
all of them.
not all of them. Yeah, some of them escaped over
Hey,
here.
the motherfuckers are making. Hey,
Dude,
there's
I went-
motherfuckers are making communities in Chile, bro. Those fucking.
I went to that part of Berlin where there still has the wall and it's covered with graffiti and some art. And there was this big old, very famous part of the wall that had a
The swastika?
no. That's impossible in Berlin. You can't have anything with the swastika in Germany. It's forbidden. The Estrella de David.
Yeah, only in Peru.
Oh, okay.
Only in Peru and Argentina, en Bariloche. Only in
Yeah.
Bariloche, in Peru. Espérate,
It was like
wait.
a Jewish flag in one
We
part
have
of the
to
wall,
follow
and
the
it
track.
was graffitied on top of it from Palestinians.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't remove the graffiti. They just kept it as part of the art in that piece of the wall.
Wow. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy how there was a wall that divided Berlin, the city? Well, fuck, just go around the wall.
Okay, how come? Okay, if we're really pissed off that the black people got enslaved, right?
Dude,
Okay.
it's
No,
not about.
wait.
Yeah. Yes, I want to see where he goes with this.
Yeah, we do, right?
Yeah, I mean, fuck
Okay,
anybody.
okay. Do you know that today in Saudi Arabia, 18 people got fucking sold and 32 women and 15 children got sold today? Today.
They're not
Yeah,
Americans.
the
though.
same thing with.
They're not Americans. They're not Americans. We don't care. Okay, if
They
we're gonna
coulda
get
came to America. They-
No, but the same thing in Somalia too. Like a lot of people that try to like.
Thank you. I know.
I can give you a number.
Remember
But
in
you know
2012?
how many women are sold in Mexico?
Exactly.
There's
Remember
a
in
big fucking
2012,
problem. It's
Tony?
called Trata de Blancas.
Listen, bro, but
Claro, trata de
tienes-
blanca es horrible,
pero
güey. Ni
tienes
una
que
más.
espérate, tienes que arreglar tu propia casa antes de arreglar la ajena, güey.
I
What the
understand.
fuck am I gonna worry? How
What
the
I'm
fuck am I gonna
saying-
worry about Saudi Arabia when we have our issues in this country and I live in this country? My kids are growing up in this country. Why am I gonna?
Okay.
I mean, look, I pray for those people in Saudi Arabia. I'll pray for the people in.
Have you ever been in trouble like that, Cisco? Like, have you ever been hustled like that because of the way you look or because you're Mexican or
What do you mean?
anything?
Like how? What do you mean? As far as what?
Yeah, have you ever been like mistreated by a cop or
No,
or
bro,
you ever
worse.
been
I've
pulled
been-
over
I've
or
been
you
I've been mistreated. You know what? I'll be honest with you.
let's say you get pulled over.
Listen,
you guys,
listen. I'll be honest with you. I'm fortunate that I've never had problems with police.
neither have I. I'm always
Never.
respectful.
Never.
Yes, sir.
I'm
No,
very
sir.
respectful también.
Yes. ¿Y qué te hacen? ¿Qué te han hecho?
Créeme, güey. Yo a veces veo los videos. I watch.
We see the videos.
And I look at this guy and I go, dude, stop fucking moving. Stop talking. Shut up.
And then they want to pull off this fucking Facebook law where they go, am I free or am I detained or free to go? You got no right. Pull your windows down. Why? I'm in my car. Man. You have no.
Listen.
Wait.
I'm empathetic. Bro. I'm empathetic to the cops. I'm empathetic to the cops because you don't ever know when a guy's gonna pull a gun on you.
I got law enforcement family.
Me too.
From the military. I know you do too. From the military department to a cop to federal cops to federales de caminos in Mexico.
But listen,
o sea,
I saw a video today. This was fucked up. I don't know if you guys saw this video today where this black man was stopped by the sheriff, right? And then he's asking him for IDs, A cop comes up from behind, grabs him, body slams him to the floor. They turn him over, they handcuff him, and then he goes, and then the guy with the camera goes, "That's not the guy, dude. That's the wrong guy." I saw that one. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that one. That was today.
And the guy said, "You broke my ribs." The black guy said, "You broke my ribs." That's fucked up. He goes, and the guys look stupid. The cops are like, "What do you mean that's the wrong guy?" Yeah, that's not him. That's a different guy that they were describing.
And we see that everywhere. Like, listen, Cisco.
No, but dude, black kids are scared of the police, man. They think they're gonna kill them.
I'm gonna show you a video that I saw on Fox. Okay. Hannity had this video. Yeah. I don't know if you know, Horacio, I don't know if you know Hannity. You guys know Hannity on Fox, okay? He had this video of this white cop lady approaching these two little black girls, and the little black girl was fucking frightening. And he said, this is what the fucking stupid media has done to divide us, all of us. Not once, Cisco, not once, Jose, not once, Horacio, okay? For
the media did it? The media did it.
Well,
is that the cops are shooting people and choke holding their ass?
Let me tell you where I'm going with this. Okay? Everybody thinks the Fox is the most racist fucking news outlet in the world, correct?
It is.
Okay. Not once have I heard them not saying that this was a horrible fucking act. George Floyd should have not ever died. Okay? Everything that is happening, it's for... Huh?
That would be too stupid. Of course, they're not going to say that.
Yeah, they're not going to say that.
No, because again, if they were racist, they would be given the narrative or the scenario. Like people say, well, cops, people against cops and shit. They say, well, you didn't see the other side of the tape. Well, he was doing something. Well, he was hired.
There was no room for that kind of speech, man. There was no room for it.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Wait. It could have been. The only stupid one that came out and said that it was Candace Owen. She's the only one that came out and said that he gave the whole rap sheet of George Floyd, and she got devoured by fucking Chappelle on the 846.
But you were saying that he was trafficking people. I only read that he was a porno actor, but that's it.
I didn't say trafficking people. I didn't say he was. No, see, you guys misquoted me.
I thought you said trafficking
people. No, I said
you said something about people.
Well, listen to what I said. You probably misunderstood me with my stupid accent.
That's mamón, güey.
Sí, güey. El policía que mató a Floyd trabajaron juntos 18
They didn't work together. They didn't work together. Listen,
let me finish.
I'm going to tell you the story because I know Floyd was a security guard inside the club, and the owner hired the cop to sit outside in the parking lot. They don't even know.
At the same place.
Yeah, but they don't even know if they ever ran into each other. They don't know. They have no record of them.
Yeah. For a full year, they worked in the same fucking spot, and they didn't run into each other for a full year. I'm just saying what
the owner said.
Okay. The owner is accused. The owner is accused and is linked with fucking human and child trafficking.
Okay, what's that got to do with George Floyd?
What do you mean? What the fuck? Again, I'm telling you, look beyond this whole Black Lives Matter thing and this whole murder of one guy.
So I work at Nike. So I work at Nike outlet or a Nike shoe store, and
they supporting child labor.
And they got sweatshops in Vietnam. So I'm fucking into child labor.
No. Well, okay. Thank you. You just gave me a point. You're telling the same thing that people are saying right now because of the Epstein fucking documentary comes out, and just because Epstein has the Trump name in it, and because he has a picture with him. Wait. Clinton fucking flew 28 times on the fucking Virgin.
Here we go. Here we go. That's funny because everything they say about Trump is not true. But when the fucking Fox News every day was criticizing Obama for
Cisco,
8 years, the poor
Cisco,
guy came out.
We have a lawyer in the house. Let me tell
85
you
years
one thing, and it's in the fucking, and it's in the documentary. I'm not making this up. Okay. The lawsuit against Trump and Epstein. Okay. The people that are suing, it says John Doe. You know why they say John Doe when you're suing somebody, right? Because you know you gotta lose. You know you can lose everything you have. Because that person can come back and fucking sue you for everything defamation, for defamation. Okay?
Yeah, or it could be that
they're
minors also.
No, I know. Yeah, sure. No, but it wasn't a minor. It was the people and the lawyers doing it for the minors at that time. When Trump, the things that you guys don't hear on the news or anywhere else is that when Trump, as soon as he heard about what Epstein was doing at Mar-a-Lago, he banned him and he put a restriction order in it. You can Google it and you will find it. Okay? He said, I am not related to this guy. I have nothing to do with it. And the lawsuit, yes, there's one lawsuit against him. Did he proceed? Was it something that happened? It never did. Who got convicted? Epstein, the real guy that is working with the Clintons, with all those people, not with Trump. Sorry, but no.
Oh, dude, my look, man. I think,
and that has nothing to do with
I said it before,
or the president. Or
I said it before. I think up to prior to the pandemic, I thought Trump was doing a good job economically. It's just a stupid shit he says. And,
economically, right now we're
hold
doing
on,
good.
and he fucking calls protesters names, talk shit about them. But then when the Ku Klux Klan and those hate groups march on the fucking DC, he doesn't say shit about them.
Ooh,
he says these nice people.
Oh, yes,
these nice people.
No, he didn't say that. Hold on.
Did he say that last time?
Okay, hold on.
These nice, peaceful protest people. He said that about the
at Charleston.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you.
South Carolina.
Has Trump denied white supremacists and everybody?
Fuck no.
No?
He's got support from the KKK.
He does.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, since his dad was part of it, and he saw what his dad went through, like he doesn't want to call it a terrorist group he wants to call it an organization. But as far as him denouncing white supremacy, I don't know. I want to say he's tap dancing on it.
Wait, hold on. He said, what's that group?
Hold on, what's that group? To you then?
Hold on, what's that group? Antifa?
Antifa, actually.
He said Antifa, he was going to declare it a terrorist organization, but
because they are.
But what about the fucking Nazis and the skinheads?
Wait, listen to this shit. Wait. Jesus Christ.
I could have told you to share the screen. You could share it on here, dude.
I could?
Oh no, you can't. No. You can't play it because I'm gonna get flagged for copyright. Don't. Just tell us what he said. No, it'll flag it. No, it'll flag
I won't.
Yes, it will, dude. I got flagged last time.
I got flagged. Give us the website. Give us the website.
No, go ahead.
Okay, listen to what he says.
Listen to it because they will flag it. Yes, that happens.
Is evil. And those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant.
Okay, when did he come out and say that? When did he come out and say that?
4 days ago, brother. 5 days ago.
4 days. It took him fucking 4 years.
No, because people were bugging him about he doesn't denounce. He goes, I've been fucking nuts.
Elections have nothing to do with that, huh? The elections have nothing to do with that.
But see, okay, if he comes out and denounces, it's because of elections. If he doesn't do that, it's because he's right.
Day one.
I know, papi. I know, brother. But we are not going to side with...
Dude, Obama was called a Muslim by Fox News. He was called a Muslim and un-American.
Oh, you know what about... let me tell you 2 facts about Obama. In 2014, he's the one that started all these fucking kids in cages when 4,000 kids were coming from fucking South America, holding hands, looking for their parents. I was there in Temecula where all those fucking white supremacists were saying, get these fucking kids out of here. He put them on fucking cages, okay? First of all, in 2014, and Hillary Clinton. Look it up, Google it again, and fucking $5,000 to whoever fucking me desmienten esto.
And then Obama is the one that deported 3 million fucking Latinos without a fucking criminal record. How many has Trump
Without a
deported?
criminal record?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look it up.
I don't have those numbers. But
Biden just got.
Was harsh on immigrant on immigrants.
Absolutely. That's why they call
Yes, he
him
was.
deportator.
No, I know that. I know that about Obama. I know.
But don't know anything about the cages.
Okay, let me
Oh yeah, they
Google
have kids.
something.
They have kids in cages, bro. They separate them from their family, and
They did.
They still have them,
4,000.
but they still have them in cages. They still have them in cages.
No, espérate, papi. Those original 4,000 kids, these are new ones. These are new ones. The ones, those other ones, they're gone into the system. They put them on foster houses, and 89% of them, they could not account for them. Google it. It is a fact. That's where Pizzagate comes from. That's where the emails that got leaked now, okay, that we know.
Damn, I mean, dang it. I mean, there could be a connection there. There could be a connection.
Obama ordered 65,000
with the Pizzagate.
$65,000 worth of pizza and hot dogs at 1:30 a.m. for the White House, when we know now the pizza is pussy for little girl no older than 8 years old, and hot dog is it's wiener pee-pee for a little kid as well. And now we know the owner of the pizza place and what was doing with the Clintons, and it was doing with Epstein, and the whole thing. We know it already. Why are we so chill and think, oh, Trump is a racist? No, motherfuckers, these guys are fucking pedophiles. And Trump said, I'm going to dismantle and put away all these fucking pedophiles. Jeffrey, what's his name? Harvey Weinstein in jail. Okay? Last week, 29 people involved in child trafficking in Texas got popped. Okay, and they were working
even today in Milwaukee.
They were working for Disney and stuff, and nobody says, the news don't say nothing about this. But this is the silent war that Trump has been saying that he has against the silent monster. That is the monster that he was talking about. But you guys are really quick to judge him because you guys have him as a racist. Sure, let's say he has some racism. We all do at some point. Yo la neta cuando veo un pinche negro de mierda, no mames. Tell me that you never said that. A ver, dígame que nunca han dicho eso.
About what?
I haven't.
O sea, espérate, güey.
I mean, I've heard that from family members, but me personally, like, no.
Güey, nunca has dicho, ay, pinche negro, güey, espérate. No, porque tú hablas inglés, you're different. Okay, pero nosotros los que hablamos español, decimos, ay, pinche negro asqueroso, espérate, güey. O pinche chino pedorro, o pinche italiano mamón. No, we don't have racial slurs like I tell North Americans. We don't have racial slurs in Mexico. We don't have wetback. We don't have beaner. We don't have fucking wasp. We don't have nigger. No, we have negro. Eres un pendejo. Eres italiano, eres italiano. Eres
pero,
chupín.
No, hey, but what about pinche indio?
Eso es lo único. Esa es la única, papi. That's what I was saying. Mexico is super racist in that aspect.
También. Es para
el gachupín, sí. Eres español, eres gachupín, sí. Pero te digo, hoy día...
But what I want to say about Donald Trump, at least, okay, from my understanding, he's like at the lower end of the hierarchy from all these other people, like Clinton, Epstein, like they were like higher echelon compared to Donald Trump, because Donald Trump was always seen as like the dumb, you know.
They want to tell you that, but actually, dude, the guy has come from his own money, man.
Hold on.
His father's money.
Listen, I'm reading an article here.
Exactly. Their family.
I'm reading an article in Rolling Stone about John Podesta.
Oh, Podesta right now. Yes, Podesta.
He came out and he was going to let out all the dirt on the White House.
Yes.
He mentions Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely.
Mentions James Alefantis.
He's the owner of the pizza place.
Yeah, but doesn't say anything about Obama at all in this article.
You know why? You know why? Because he's the main man. They're the main guys.
This was 2018, bro.
Yes. Podesta right now, he was testifying for the last 3 weeks. When the riots started, that's the first day, okay? The day that George Floyd got killed, okay? The next day, Hillary Clinton went into trial to testify for the emails, along with Podesta and along with Dr. Fauci. And you know who got them to trial?
Oh,
Trump.
What?
Google it.
This is.
He did say crooked Hillary, the emails and everything. There's something fucking wrong there.
But they say it's a conspiracy. Dirty. They have nothing. They haven't proved anything. It says.
Okay. What have they proven to Trump? That everything they have accused him of? Nothing. The FBI investigated. The
Because
CIA,
he hasn't been in power for that long. At least with the Clintons, they've been in power for at least a good 8 plus
30 years. 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time.
So let me ask you something. How come everything that they've tried to pin on Trump, and it's been on court, not like,
because he's a sitting president?
No importa. Bill Clinton got fucking canned because of a blowjob. Bill Clinton got canned because of a blowjob. You're telling me that if you do Russia collusion, it's not enough? But guess what? It was no proof. All the way around, the ones that were fucking tapping and wiretapping and everything and using the FBI resources and the CIA resources, okay, to do private work, personal work, it was Obama and the Hillary Clinton administration towards Trump that he was coming up as a president. Now
both of them were. Both of them were.
Yes, both
Mauricio,
of them were.
that in a debate will be called man of hay, like a scarecrow, because he's deflecting the attention.
Not because
Let me
3
finish.
days ago.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
By telling how fucked up were other politicians, don't make Trump.
No,
a less
I know.
fucked
I
up
got you.
asshole.
I got you. No. I hear
a
you.
Fucking racist, sexist pig.
I grabbed him by the
Why is he sexist? Because he says I grabbed him by the pussy?
Yes.
He's sexist because he says I grabbed him by the pussy.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, that's a sex.
Okay. Perfect. When did he say that? Was he in office when he did that?
No, I think he was either judging the Miss America or the Miss Universe, or.
He shouldn't be in office.
Thank you. Done.
He shouldn't be in office because he was like that, and he still is the same fucking person. He's an asshole.
They haven't proved anything. That's my point. Absolutely, they have not been able to prove anything that they've accused them of till today. Well, where there's been child raping and Russia collusion, the FBI
down. How many years took to take Jeff Epstein down? How many years? Do you think it's going to be easy to do it against Trump? Of course not.
Jeffrey Epstein went down within a year. Within 1 or 2 years.
He was living in Manhattan in his one block mansion.
What happened
for over 30 years? But that's only because
later.
Well, yeah, he came down. Can
you guys do me a favor? When you get a chance, and just for the hell of it, get down a little bit on the rabbit hole and find out that Jeffrey Epstein, was he a CIA guy or not? Do you wonder why somebody like that out of the blue has so much immunity? And right now his wife she's still free. Do you know who his wife was?
I don't really.
They're related to the Vanderbilt. They're related to the fucking deep state. They're related to all these people that they said, listen, your job is to get people on camera, to get them incriminated, so that we have shit on them to get them manipulated. That was his job. That's why Bill Clinton, as a sitting president, flew 26 fucking times.
So listen, here's Chris
Rock. With Chris Rock and the other guy, Kevin Spacey. How come we're not crying bloody murder about Bill Gates doing that? How come we're not crying bloody murder about Hillary Clinton knowing that she was involved in Pizzagate?
Hey, didn't Salinas de Gortari's brother go there too?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yes, he did.
I think he was on that list too.
He's on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The guy that was involved with the mafia. They owned all the houses all over the world and shit. Well,
Everybody
anyway,
went there.
Here's a article about that Obama Pizzagate. It says the notion that President Obama purchased $65,000 worth of hot dogs for a private party came from a single email chain published by WikiLeaks in October 2012 as part of the so-called global intelligence files. This email was not sent by President Obama or any member of his administration. Rather, the email chain dated 14th of May 2009 involved various employees at the intelligence company Stratfor discussing a Chicago hot dog party. Stratfor's Fred Burton responded to an email by writing, I think Obama spent about $65,000 of the taxpayers' money flying in pizza dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. But I thought the pizza place was in D.C. He said he flew this in from Chicago. Assume we're using the same channel.
From Chicago. I know.
The
Really?
single message was not proof that President Obama ever purchased $65,000.
What is the source of your? What is the source of what you're reading?
Hold on. It was merely
The
speculation.
whole Pizzagate thing is just sounds to me like conspiracies.
Listen, it was merely speculation or possibly an attempt at humor about a supposed exorbitant expenditure by the Obama administration. The email was not accompanied by any evidence to support its literal reading and did not originate with a member of the Obama administration or from anyone in attendance at the alleged hot dog party.
Okay, where's the what's the
Hot
source of
dog
that?
party.
What's the source of that, Cisco?
Snopes.
Snopes.
Snopes.com.
Snopes.com. Okay. Do we
Sounds like snowballing, and that's a totally different thing.
Again, it's like if you read something that is biased to you, you'll be like, "Whoa!" But it says right here that it was not true. But
And that's what I love about the internet. No, I got an article. No, I got an article. No, I got a YouTube video.
No,
I got a YouTube video.
The one that I'm guiding myself by, it's what it came out from the WikiLeaks, which it was a declaration of
but the email states that the nobody from the Obama administration was involved in that email.
No, your article says that. The article says that. The email doesn't say that. Did you see the email?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you got to read the emails.
Look at the email.
No,
I saw the email.
But the email talks about the hot dog party, though.
Yes, sir. Look up the email. Okay, hold on.
Because I never heard of these allegations.
Let me pull it out right now.
Yeah, when you read some of even when they got Hillary Clinton in Benghazi, when she was trying to lie about it.
Yeah,
I was like, well, I guess it makes sense, right? Like if they attacked the UN in Mexico, the United States UN, and I was like, oh shit, let's not tell the US yet about it, and let's tell them that this kind of happened or whatever. But it's in Benghazi, so it's you can kind of control the internet, you can control the story. And if you have the emails, and not only is it probable, it did happen. She went to court and she was like, well, yeah, I was trying to save some lives. Well, yeah, you were trying to save some lives, but some lives did end up dying and you didn't tell us the truth and you try to cover it up. So now we have to backtrack. And I do follow WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks does come out with the facts, even though I'm a big advocate of facts don't matter, but still.
Eric Snowden? Eric Snowden is the one.
Yeah, Eric Snowden.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing. The thing is.
And even the other guy, goodness.
The older guy.
The blonde, the silver hair.
Guy, yeah.
Oh my God, what's his name?
I was going to say the whole Black Lives Matters movement didn't start because it didn't start because of George Floyd. It started because of 400 years of injustice, bro. From the Central Park Five to Rodney King to Trayvon Martin
But look how they grab from it. I think there's two separate subjects right here. The atrocity and the horrible treatment that Black people have gotten here and the minorities have gotten here in the U.S. versus what the big guys and the big industries and the big government is doing, taking advantage of all this.
Of course, somebody's taking advantage of all this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I ask you guys, do you guys think that Soros is behind this with Antifa? How all the bricks were found laying around in the middle of the street?
All of them, dude. Look, man, Republican.
You saw that, Jose, right?
I want to say, as far as with Antifa, okay, with the internet, you can organize anything. You can organize you can use Facebook groups and everything. Okay, but the thing about Antifa is they got the funding. They got funding to get these crazy people out there, to get all the Karens out there. So I guess it could be the same thing with Black Lives Matter too, right? You can get a bunch of people organized and you can send them out.
Look, man, I think the Black Lives Matter. Listen,
they took money.
The Black Lives Matters movement is legit. Okay.
Yeah. Now they got $180 million.
No, listen, dude. But listen. Let me finish. I don't give a fuck about $180 million. What I'm saying is,
I do, because now they're a political party.
I know, bro, but listen, let me finish. Is the left-wing media using, I said this days ago, the left-wing media is going to use all of these riots, all this to try to get Trump out of the fucking president.
Absolutely.
And the right-wing media is going to twist the story and say, we're not racist, to fucking keep him as a president. But all Trump does, let me tell you something. All Trump does, like a true politician, is he never fucking answers any questions directly. All he ever does is talk shit about other people. When he's asked a question, he deflects it and says, well, that motherfucker did. It's como el güey. He says, güey, te gustan las gordas. ¿Y tú? You know, they don't fucking say, they don't argue that they don't like them. No, now they attack you. So,
damn.
You're not giving me
Trump the new Tupac? Because Tupac used to do the exact same thing. Tupac used to say he was a Blood when he was with the Bloods, and the Crip when he was a Crip. And when he was like in court cases, like, hey, you're accused for what's that?
When did he say he was a Crip?
Yeah, when he was with the Crips, he'd say when he was with the Corrupt and everybody, he'd say he was a Crip. And then when he was with Suge Knight, he'd say he was a Blood. And then when he was with the Black Panthers, he would say that.
I just realized that I'm like President Trump. I'm usually right, but I just have the wrong fucking delivery, man.
But
okay,
I never heard him
check
say
this out. Check this out.
I never heard that.
Okay.
Even when they question Tupac about his rape case or whatever, it's like, you guys over here for my alleged rape case, but there's something going on in the community and this and that. So he's like deflecting himself too. But
here's the email.
The guy made Dear Mama, so we can't say anything bad about that.
It came from the Sandler Foundation. Word up to Dear Mama. To all the single mamas too, you know, raising little Tupacs and tell them to don't stop until they bust a nut too. That's good mama. It went to Podesta.Mary@gmail. That was in December 24 of 2015. Okay, Hillary John Podesta pedophile sex ring ops exposed by WikiLeaks emails. No wonder Hillary needed a private server. Mary and John, I think you should give notice when changing strategies, changing shipment protocols, which have been long in place. I immediately realized something was different by the shape of the box, and I contemplated who would be sending me something in a square box shaped box. Lo and behold, instead of a pasta, little boy, and wonderful sauces, orgies, it was a lovely tempting assortment of cheeses, little girls. Yummy. I'm awaiting the arrival of my children, invited guests, and grandchildren, invited VIP guests, for their holiday travels, home locations, so that we can demolish them, take advantage of it. Thank you so much, and I hope you and your gang, pedophile Ride Oaks, are well, not yet exposed, but best wishes, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Herb, event organizer. A form, do you think I'll do better playing dominoes or cheese than a pasta? Playing dominoes, it's a form of sacrifice ritual, which we know the Lady Gaga all those people.
Like, I can relate to the sacrifice of dominoes, because once I eat dominoes, I just like lactose intolerant. I just shit out my ass.
I was thinking dominoes like bones.
I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking comment on that shit. But
es que está bien cabrón, güey. Está bien pesado eso, Pops.
Couldn't we take one of your emails and do the same shit and say, oh, him,
absolutely,
little boys, fucking 34,000
absolutely.
True, but there's a grip of those emails, though, dude. If you read them,
there's a gang of those emails.
I know
thousands of those emails. One, and then two, all the verbiage that they use, all the words that they use, it's a worldwide, dictionary of pedophiles. So I don't know what argument they got in there, but
wait, $5,000 if you show me where they prove that that shit was true. $5,000.
What true?
What you saying? Where they proved it?
They proved what?
That was true. That all that stuff was true.
Those emails are true?
No. That really happened. The Pizzagate.
Well, that's why they were in trial last week.
No, but it was
last 3 weeks.
No, but that was little boys and girls. It was really little boys and girls.
Again, if you cannot,
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you. I'm going to answer you.
I don't have $5,000. Fuck.
No. But even if you did, I will take your bet. I'll take $1. Actually, $1. Let's do $1.
Sell all my stocks.
I'll buy that for $1.
I have to sell all my stocks.
Wait, todo empezó en el 2014 cuando empezaron a poner a los niños en jaulas y los niños de repente desaparecieron todos.
See, I never heard of that.
Just Google it, guys, please.
I'm gonna have to Google that, and I'm gonna have to Google the Epstein CIA thing to look at that. But I'm gonna have to reference at the WikiLeaks for sure.
Okay,
though.
let me before I leave this with this, let me tell you one thing.
What's your general
one more CIA. Wait,
Horacio, what was it?
Watch that.
Huh?
Come again, Horacio. Come again.
Mauricio has to watch the conspiracy theories video at the John Oliver show on HBO. It's on
Which one?
YouTube.
Oh, I don't like John Oliver, but I like his show.
Oh,
Last week
listen,
tonight with John Oliver.
listen. I used to be a
Conspiracy.
fan. I used to be a
Watch
fan of John
Conspiracy.
Oliver, Ron Jowood, fucking Trevor, even Trevor Noah when he
Yeah.
came in.
I don't like when
But they're
people like
so
from
one-sided,
outside the USA
so one-sided.
have an
Thank
opinion
you.
about the USA.
Thank you. How
Yeah.
can they tell me you don't know anything about this?
Dude,
When all these assholes
Americans
that are not
always
from
have
here
opinions of the
are
rest
opinionating.
of the world.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
Feel that way.
Yeah, we like to go over there and bomb and take resources. So yeah, that too.
Exactly. So
That
better
too.
get used to foreign people having opinions of on America.
Yeah,
And we do have a bunch of them. We do have a bunch of them on,
Yeah.
on the media. They're British. They're from other countries. Yeah, they're not, because otherwise they would be called racist, of course.
Well, here's what I'm reading. It says,
Didn't you like that bit
in the
from,
past, it says in the past few days, there's been a flurry of emotion and misinformation regarding child immigrants in the United States. Recent reports claim the United States Department of Health and Human Service has lost track of nearly 1,500 immigrant children.
They did.
There's confusion about whether they were separated from their families at the border, and controversy is swirling around a mysterious photo of two immigrant children behind a chain link fence. It says, no, the 1,500 children weren't necessarily taken from their families at the border. In early May, Trump administration announced it would start enacting a 100% prosecution policy at the border, which would refer anyone crossing the border illegally for federal prosecution. This policy functionality separates children from their families because children cannot accompany adults who are taken into federal custody. Because of the attention surrounding this new policy, people revisited a claim made by Stephen Wagner, a top official and Human Services, during a hearing in April. During that hearing, Wagner said the Office of Refugee Resettlement was unable to determine with certainty the whereabouts of 1,475 unaccompanied alien children.
Los que salieron, esos 1,500 niños que no pueden account for right now, they were the ones that were detained already. They were given to the system. See, it depends on what we read. Depends, and it really actually nowadays, okay?
Oh, here we go.
That's why I use DuckDuckGo. I don't use Google. I use DuckDuckGo. Pato, go.
Let's see what
you guys heard that one?
Yeah, I see the advertising on YouTube for it.
And then there's another website that you can actually like cross-reference everything from Trump to whomever the fuck you want. They fact-checked everything. I'll send you guys the link when we hang up or whatever.
No. What's the website? Because I know about DuckDuckGo, and there's another one too where.
Hold on, let me go into my pictures real quick. Hold on, I'm sorry.
There's another website too that cross references too, which is because I'm into, because I say the joke like, oh, I got this and you got that and I got a video, you got a video, but you know what?
But I like to be well informed.
Yeah, when I first started reading the Monica Lewinsky transcripts and everything, that's when I really started getting into it, because I remember being in college and I was like, oh damn, this is like old school porno. I have to read all this to get the final nut of it, right? Okay, so I would read, it's like, oh, like she gave him like fellatio, and then he stuck a cigar case in her vagina and all this. I was like, oh shit. So it's one of those things, like if you want to keep a secret, you put it in a book. Correct. And now it's like you want to keep a secret, you put it in a server or a secret server.
Yeah. Look this up, Cisco. It's called NewsGuardTech.com.
The fuck is NewsGuard Tech?
NewsGuardTech.
Oh, I got you.
.com. Okay. And then the server that you should be running instead of Google, because Google is super biased right now, you use DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo, yeah. Because I see it on YouTube.
DuckDuckGo is a browser? It's a browser.
Yeah, a true browser.
Yeah, because when you go on Google. On MSN, Yahoo, do you really go past page 3 or 4? Because page 1 is half of its ads.
You always lick the first
one. And then, it's like, no. Let me go to page 34 or page 18.
No, you don't.
Nah, so, yeah, no.
No, you don't. So it's real. It's that's why they're saying it's fabricated information in a way.
Dude, but please tell me what was the site again?
DuckDuckGo and
NewsGuardTech.com. Es para cross-reference, para ver si están de mentirosos o no. NewsGuardTech.com, ¿ok? Esa la usa Joe Rogan, la usa Tim Pool, la usa el Eddie Bravo también para hacer porque ese güey, he's super conspiracy theorist, but he doesn't want to sound stupid, so he uses that, and they use DuckDuckGo because it's a cleaner server right now.
Well, NPR is a reputable company.
NPR is super biased right now. NPR is super biased.
Super biased.
I used to listen to NPR all the time, but now everything you hear, it's all like, again, it's like CNN.
Yeah,
You said New Tech Network? No.
NewsGuard. NewsGuardTech.com.
There's NPR.
The Internet Trust Tool. And it has
right.
NewsTech.com. NewsGuard.
Who's a right-wing media?
NewsGuard Tech.
Jose, I wanted to ask you, but we got deflected again. And the thing of foreigners speaking on American issues, didn't you like Jim Jeffries when he did the gun control bit?
Which one? Who?
Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries. He's Australian.
Jim Jeffries.
Yeah, he did great. Oh my God, amazing.
No, I haven't heard.
Look for that bit. It's called gun control.
Gun control.
Amazing.
Yeah. But wait, do they have guns in Australia?
No.
They banned them after a massacre.
They banned them.
Yeah, after the Muslim massacre, correct?
He talks about that. Yeah. Yes.
Were they Muslim?
Yes.
I don't know.
And did they have the Antifa on the gun when he was shooting?
No, they were Baptists. They were Baptists.
No, they were Baptists. Okay. No, I'm asking because I do, and this was what, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right? 2018 or 19, maybe? No, 2018 when this happened.
Of which one?
The massacre in Australia.
Oh, I don't remember.
That's older.
I remember hearing about it.
Was it 2018
but
or 17?
Jim Jeffries. Yeah, bro, he's fucking.
Yeah, Jim Jeffries is amazing.
We did a show. On New Year's Day. He went up after me, and but he got into it with another comic who went up before me because he was talking about the guy before me was ex-military, but he does comedy. He's a writer, and Jim Jeffries fucking hated that he was talking about guns and all that, and then Jim Jeffries went up after me and talked shit about him, and then they got into it outside. Dude, that was crazy.
Guns don't shoot themselves. Stupid people use guns.
Yeah, but they give it to
criminals. I know. No.
I'm not anti-guns, and I'm not anti-guns, bro. I think everybody should have a fucking gun. Everybody should protect them.
Me too. I told you guys the last time. 2 of my nephews are fucking special ops.
Buy a fucking assault rifle in a supermarket in America. That's crazy. You can do that anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
No,
but again, that's a gun culture.
But in Mexico, if you're not affiliated, you get one for free.
But imagine, Horacio,
totally made in America.
Yeah.
Damn, for real.
Right here is your right.
Hey,
yeah, your right to bear arms. I know,
bro.
It's a right because of the Constitution. It doesn't matter how stupid you think it is.
That's why.
Right now, AMLO trying to change the Constitution in Mexico, and we go, "Oh, what a dick." Well, the Constitution is the Constitution, and abide by it.
Oh, yo.
Listen to this.
The Second Amendment. Yeah, the Second Amendment.
They're fucking changing it, and you can change it again.
Yeah, but the Second Amendment is a right to bear arms in case your president tries, so you can attack the president and defend yourself. And that's against the shit that Donald Trump's trying to do and fucking lock us in and have a military state.
That's why I mentioned Jim Jeffries. Because that's absolutely the point he makes in that joke.
They're abolishing the police.
No, that amendment is all
to defund the police. They're trying to defund the police. And if the police gets close to anywhere, to anything, it's racist or it's going to be fucked up. It's going to be a fucked up thing.
Trump wants to send military into our states, man.
What would you do as a president?
That's martial law.
What would you do as a president?
Yeah, but then now you're trying to control us.
No. You're not controlling the people. You're telling people to settle the fuck down because hay reglas, güey, en tu casa. And mi mamá me ponía reglas, güey. Was she a dictator? No, but I lived.
So why do we need reglas? Reglas de qué? What do we need reglas for?
Do not be breaking shit up. Not to be burning shit up.
Stop killing people.
to stop.
Easy.
Yeah.
Stop killing
that too.
people.
All of that.
They just killed another guy in Atlanta. Stop killing. Oh, no, not Atlanta. Where? Yeah, Atlanta. Stop killing people.
Let's not be biased. I mean, like, really, we keep getting fucking killed left and right by ourselves, by cops, by
They killed the Latino kid in Compton. Stop killing people.
Exactly.
If the people who are supposed to be protecting us are killing us.
Okay, the scenario of the guard that was outside of the record company in LA that got shot by the cops. Okay, 18-year-old kid with a gun. In California, you cannot own a gun until you're 21. Okay, somebody called and reported there's a guy with a gun outside of a store. Cops showed up, so they have Hispanic guy with a weapon outside of a store walking up and down. They don't know he was a hired private security guard, which he was private security, but he had no business having a gun on him anyway. They saw it. They told him to stop. He starts running. Shit happens. Yes, they shot him.
Bro, listen. Let's not be stupid. Let's not be stupid, bro. Because listen, you said you have family in the police force, right?
Yes, I know. I
got family in the police force. Listen, you know what they're trained to do? You know what they're trained to do? Shoot to kill. They're not trained. They're trained. They're trained shoot to kill.
And
Police officers.
Stupid.
My cousin told me they're trained shoot to kill.
They told me the same thing.
They're not trained shoot to wound them and we'll get them. No, mátalo. Because you know why? You know why?
Cheaper.
It's cheaper. You know, the gobierno, because the guy will sue the government.
Lo mismo que hacen con la Federal de Caminos en México, güey. Mis primos me dijeron lo mismo. In the academy, they tell you, if you run somebody over, make sure you run couple, 2, 3 motherfucking times over the motherfucker. Why? Because it'll be expensive. It's how it is.
I knew somebody in Mexico.
The law officers.
I knew somebody in Mexico that happened, bro. They said the cop car backed up and finished them off.
Tienen que, güey. I'm sorry, but they have a job to do as well. And it's o toman café en tu casa o en mi casa. We've seen videos of people pulling paisas or whoever over, and they go, let me see your license. They go, pa, 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 pa. You don't know. As a cop, you don't know who you're dealing with. I got pulled over 3 weeks ago. I was high.
If people wouldn't be able to buy guns, that wouldn't happen.
Absolutely. También, güey. Esa es la primera.
In England, the cops don't even have guns in England.
That's the first one. Y en México, los policías no tienen suficientes balas, güey. Ve cómo los tratan.
Yeah, but there's less crime.
La seguridad nacional, güey. The National Guard. The National Guard gets slapped.
My thing is this. It's either everyone has a gun.
The National Guard in Mexico,
it's either everyone has a gun or nobody has one. That's the truth.
Even if the cops only have a gun. In Mexico, you're not allowed to have a gun.
I know they're not. I know you're not.
Okay. Only the law enforcement has guns, which not even them have enough ammo, not enough bullets to go toe-to-toe with the narcos, okay? And when they get to a place, the National Guard, we saw what happened, Horacio.
We can
La
have
gente
weapons.
del pueblo los cachetean y les quitan las armas.
We're allowed to have a 22 pistol in a house. That's it. That's all we're allowed to have.
We are all allowed to have a 22 pistol in the house.
You have to have a license or whatever.
And if I come into your house and you shoot me, who goes to jail? You go to jail.
I do for a little while until I can.
Okay. So I agree with you. Look, I think
it's stupid.
I think everybody should be armed or nobody should be armed. It shouldn't be if you want. It should be everybody's armed because then people would think twice about fucking with you. In Texas, everybody's got a gun. In Texas, you could drive around with the gun on your lap.
Yeah.
The first time I drove through Arizona and I got off to get fucking gasolina, güey, mi primera parada en Arizona.
But listen.
And 3-4 guys coming with 4-wheelers to the gas station and shit. They get off with their hats and shit. Big old fucking gun on the right, big old gun on the left. I'm like, what the fuck? I go into the gas station. I see that guy over there is carrying. That guy over there is carrying. That lady over there. The lady behind the counter is carrying a fucking 38. I'm like, oh, nice. You guys, it's Arizona, boy. We can carry, it's open carry. I'm like, oh, it's
Republican
nice.
state. But okay,
Yeah.
So it's cool. And we'll finish up with this. It's cool. I mean, if they carry a gun. But what about these motherfuckers that are fucking carrying M16s? What the fuck do you need an automatic assault rifle for?
You don't. No, you don't.
Don't need it.
You don't
exactly.
need that.
But why do they have them? But why do they have them?
Because there's special interest in the government.
No,
For the
that's
same
the
reason-
regular people.
Well, because that comes from the NRA. The NRA is what enables all this.
Yeah.
The National Rifle Association of America have big dips, big fucking dips in the government to prefer them left and right. Until today, they're preferred.
And all
By
the
Trump,
biggest,
by Obama, by the Clintons, by every single president, they have been fucking
Yeah,
preferred.
their
Because nobody has
methodology, the
dismantled them.
NRA's ideology is like, you know what? I want to have the fastest car and I want to drive it as fast as I can because I'm allowed to. I passed the driving test.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to have the biggest gun and I want the biggest ammo and I want, automatic
Shoot the
because
most,
because
shoot the most and
I
automatic, yeah.
I passed the mental health screening and I passed the background check.
Which
All right.
they didn't even pass the mental health. But anyway,
gentlemen, we're
Jesus Christ.
gonna end this because I know it's
Yeah, we can keep on going. It's fucking almost 2:00 in the morning. It's 4:00 for you, Horacio. No
yeah, it's like
mames.
3:30 in the morning for Horacio.
Holy shit, brother. Oh my
He's
God.
on lockdown though. He's on lockdown.
Well, yeah, right now it's like 12:00 for me in the afternoon.
So wait, do you
or
work
1
tomorrow?
o'clock.
You work today, Horacio?
No.
You work today?
No.
No work? No, everything. The legal system's shut down and everything.
I'm not working as a lawyer. I haven't been working for years.
Oh shit! I thought you were. No, but I thought you were doing law. I thought you were practicing law still.
I was practicing on my own, but little stuff
Little stuff.
occasionally.
Like get hired like a little reading contract or something for somebody. Make some
My
extra
my
money.
legal education is using the word allegedly.
Oh, you're a con-
Allegedly.
You're a contract lawyer, right?
I don't think I'm using it right, but allegedly.
You're a contract.
Allegedly, you're using it right.
Corporate lawyer and intellectual property.
Lawyer. Oh, man. Good shit, man. Well, anyway,
Mi ex vieja con la que me acabo de separar hace poquito, bueno, que todos seguimos muy buenos amigos por 13 años. Ella es licenciada en bancarrotas corporativas.
no shit.
Hace bancarrotas multimillonarias.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy lawyer.
That's
yes,
some
sir.
Donald Trump shit right there.
I know, man.
Got more bankruptcies than anybody.
Yeah, and funny enough, I actually she said she was able to pull out the records for all those stuff. But that's
Really?
another. Oh yeah, it's not what people said, whatever. But we can have another. Again, dude, I got facts.
$5,000.
I fucking said it, dude. If you do, come on, I'm still
See, but I'm Mr. Facts don't
No.
matter. Like facts don't matter to me. I'm like, fuck.
Así, yo tengo.
Facts ruin the fun. Facts ruin the fun.
Otros datos.
No, I like to go.
Fake news. This is fake news.
All my jokes, my material's fake. What the fuck am I gonna? If somebody went and Googled shit, they'd be like, "You're a liar, Cisco."
They said it here first. Alternative news here first, and then they came out with fake news. Now in Mexico es yo tengo
otros datos.
Otros datos. No es cierto. Eso no es cierto. Con la amistad.
All right, gentlemen.
Los amo
Thank you
todos.
guys. Thank you
Mucho.
guys for being on tonight, man.
Oh,
Love you
thank you.
guys.
Nice meeting you guys.
Thank you.